So here, let me get into the Discord call on my computer, of course, because I'm okay. And hello?
Yo.
Hello.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Okay.
you sound different.
Yeah, because I'm now on my computer and not on my phone. So what I was saying was, if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's that the Haggard's Law thing is true. Does anyone here know who Ted Haggard is?
Nope.
Not a fucking clue.
Ted Haggard was...
Can I guess from context?
Yes.
Evangelical preacher who says gay people are evil, but turned out to have a gay affair himself.
How'd you know?
That sounds about right, yeah.
What the hell? That's not a guess!
No, that's a very accurate guess if you live in the United States.
It's happened like half a dozen times.
Yeah, it happens regularly. I mean, well, not with the affair. Haggard was found high on cocaine in a fucking bathroom having sex with a gay prostitute. I just turned out to be gay upon self-reflection and came out pretty soon after I deconverted because there was no longer any reason. But if you look at my old videos on homosexuality, I was never as bad as Ted Haggard was. I mean, I was still a basically sane and humane person, but I had some opinions that I would hate someone for having today. I mean, because I think I think they might even still be up, or at least still be accessible in some way, shape, or form. And I know responses to some of the things I said are still up. So the worst thing I ever said actually didn't have to do with gay people, it had to do with abortion. And there is a video response to it that is still up. If you search "the puppy turtle is a cunt," you will see a response to... You will see a response to... Actually, not even the thing I said, but to, the most innocuous part of what I actually said. Because the part that the response is to was basically just a result of careless wording of what the actual horrible thing I said was. Because this was on, in a live feed, I do sort of stand by a portion of, insofar as I stand by the statement that this was actually mostly poor phrasing rather than a reflection of my actual thoughts at the time. Looking for a word to describe basically abortions that were not either medically necessary, or the result of rape or some reason that I considered understandable at the time. Yeah. My brain did its dictionary search and somehow settled on recreational. The result being the phrase recreational abortion. Now, I am very thankful that no one seems to remember what I said about recreational abortion. Because that was way worse and reflective of my attitude toward these things at the time. I mean, I did immediately disown it, and I meant it when I immediately disowned it, but, my attitude, that's why I say my attitude and not my beliefs, my attitude toward these things at the time was such that that is a thing I would say and believe for a few seconds until other people's outrage caused me to reconsider it. I will type it in veteran chat.
It's gonna be good.
I will type it as close as I can to it being from memory.
So, question is, how does this relate to our case here? You standing by that case?
What you're saying is you are secretly gay. So this was his point.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what this was originally building toward. Then tangents stacked upon one another, and now I'm telling everyone what I said about recreational abortion.
Yep. But I mean, there's a level of not being okay with gay people that doesn't equate to denial. But at the same time, that's still not a great thing.
Well, I mean, the people who say like, well, if you allow gay people to be gay, then everyone's gonna want to be gay.
Yeah,
That implies,
those-
like, wait, I don't feel that way. If you feel that way, you might be gay. Like,
yeah, or
Yeah.
bisexual.
If you're too defensive about something, there's a problem.
Yeah, I really do think that is where part of it comes from, that there's a significant portion of people who are actually gay or bisexual who think that, or I really do think that there must be a significant portion of people who think homosexuality is a choice who are in fact bisexual.
Yeah.
That must be a
Well,
bunch of them.
I mean, if you grow up in a strongly religious area, you're going to be really repressed, and so you're going to come to that conclusion. It's no stretch to actually assume that.
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. See, I grew up. Ooh. Oh, right. He said he'd be in and out all game. So
I think that
figured
was
you'd
just a
left to
connection
be
issue.
babysitting or something.
I'm back.
Okay.
Well, I mean, how old's the kid? I mean,
How old she is?
Yeah.
how old is the kid?
She's 8 years.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
8 years old, you can handle some talking. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's. I'm sitting in a separate room, and the wife is with the child, so it's okay. But she's restless and wants to play and stuff, so I have to be a good backup dad.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh, yeah, but it's the kid today, so you just like throw an iPad at its head and it should be fine for like 8 hours. Either they catch it and play with it, or they miss and then they're just knocked out. So either
Right,
way,
and then it's fine.
it's win-win.
It's a win-win.
But I mean, I had parents that would actually engage with me and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, we'd play video games all the time. Or go out do stuff, and that's a really nice thing to have.
Yeah,
but at
you
the
have-
same time, I was given a Nintendo and told to go play the Nintendo.
It's in veteran chat. Please no one say it out loud, but feel free to react.
Oh shit. Only half of us are in veteran chat, so that seems.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Humam cannot be trusted not to say it out loud, hence why it is in veteran chat.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no,
I
I'm not a
agree.
veteran, so that's okay.
I
Yeah.
can't even read
Well, I
English,
mean-
dude. Come on.
To be fair, you will graduate to veteran at the end of the campaign. So
Hell no.
Hell no. I don't want to be with a club of you guys. Fuck that.
I shall create an eternal newbie rank at the end of this campaign.
Sure, I'll be there
apparently.
as long as it's not with you guys. You got like, yeah, let's put a club here. Let's call it veteran and put all of us in it.
Veteran
Right.
has existed way before you have.
So we'll make another one. Totally the real veteran chat. That's what we'll call it.
Super veteran chat.
Yes,
Super veteran chat.
with just him and him alone gets to be. In there.
Yeah. We
That's
could
not how
make-
veteran works.
we could make GM's chat, but the problem with that is that then Kevin wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You know, the thing is, as an equate
I
to
would,
this,
though. I'm just not GM with you guys.
yeah. As an equate to this, there is a series of people that do not treat veterans of, like, I don't know, Iraq, Afghanistan, or whatever, the same as veterans from any other instance of combat in the world.
Because that's not what a veteran is.
Bullshit.
A veteran
You're a
is an
veteran
old
the second you
person.
get out of boot camp.
It wasn't a war, is what they're saying. Basically, like from Korea onwards, technically we have not engaged in wars. They're police
I mean-
actions.
No, okay,
Yeah.
no, that's bullshit. I would say, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, but I mean, have you actually seen live combat? Come on. But I mean, obviously, people totally did see live combat in Iraq.
But only like 10% of even in the any war, only about 10%.
I think in any
see
war,
that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think in any war, well, and not in World War II, of course, but in a lot
No,
of wars, most people wind up in reserves.
Yeah.
Certainly in
World War II.
peacetime, that's the case.
Yeah,
Even-
but by definition, a veteran is somebody who has served in the military. So if you're released from your contract, effectively, just out of boot camp or whatever, you're still a veteran. You get veterans' rights as to the law. It's just that people are being assholes.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess
Elitism.
I think there's a difference in as far as a veteran who's serving in the military and a veteran serving in a war. Those are two common classifications.
yeah, I mean, there's a significant extent to where like it's not, it's not their fault that they got the assignment that people consider the easy one,
Mhm.
But like,
Well,
I
It is to a certain, but
how do they?
you don't just go in and everybody gets infantry duty. No, in today's military, you go in, you go to boot camp, and then you go to specialist school for X number of time. Infantry is when all the specialist classes are full, then you get sent to infantry school. So not everybody gets fucked on the front deployment.
Huh.
It's kind of sad, but in some ways, like probably not as much in modern wars, but World War II in particular, the front line, a lot of them were they're cannon fodder. I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well,
they're,
no,
they're,
I mean,
they're meant to hold the line, and that's about it. A lot of the actual work is done by like the specialists, the other the other groups.
By fucking drones.
yeah.
Not in World War II, but in future
Right.
wars, yes.
There's a difference between like the people that want to specialize in repair or some other similar duty, and then there's the guys that are in there to be fucking roughnecks and hardcore, and they go to infantry training because they fucking want to be, and then they go into like Green Beret or some other branch. Though I think you have to be tapped to be a Green Beret. I'm not too clear on that part.
Well.
Okay, we should thank everybody for sharing their militaristic knowledge. And since I'm not an American citizen, I don't know that much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just about every government does it.
As a non-citizen, you're entirely likely to become acquainted with our military.
My god, like, it's almost as fucking burned as the fucking napalm you guys throw. Wow.
I don't think we've used napalm in like a lot of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
just don't let people use that because it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
But we've gotten way past napalm. I mean, white phosphorus is where it's at. I mean, that's the stuff to use.
Even that, though, I think they are at least at the very least the UN gets angry at you now if you do it.
White phosphorus is a war crime, but they still use it.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
shit. Yeah, like fucking everybody uses it these days.
It's fucking. It just burns. With no matter what you put on it, it won't go out with water.
That's the one that doesn't have a flame, right?
It'll just burn it just burns hot and like if it goes in your body, like it'll stop because it doesn't have oxygen. But then when they try to like take the bullet out, it'll start burning again, and it can hurt the surgeons. And it's fucking a nightmare.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The only thing I know about white phosphorus is the Spec Ops: The Line. That is my only source of information on this substance.
Yeah,
the last U.S. use I can find was 05.
That's about right.
Yeah,
but that's official. There's always
right, and I mean other countries are going to be using it too,
right.
but to a certain extent, it's just fucking crazy. And it's specifically one of those things that is used indiscriminately, which is why people don't like it.
And one of the scariest things that we have now, and it just increased with unbelievably, is the black ops. Not even the black ops, the private military, where you think it's like, oh, it wasn't us. It was these people we hired who happened to use these tactics that we don't really approve of, but we had no control over them because they're a private contractor. And now they're
or they could just fucking sell the napalm, so they can't use it anymore.
Right.
So now it's in the hands of.
Napalm has an expiration date.
Does it?
Yeah, it gelatinizes really quickly if you don't use it.
I did not know that.
But
Yep.
I mean, it's basically what the military does, quote unquote, and what the U.S. government funds are two very separate things.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like we have a stock of white phosphorus as much as we used to, and I'm sure that degrades as well.
Yeah.
A lot of things do.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd be
everything
surprised
does.
just how many explosives and like armaments don't actually, like, you know, expire.
Mhm.
Change of subject, and I'm sure Leon knows this, that our nuclear weapons, our nuclear launch codes are stored on like 8-inch floppy disks.
Oh yeah, that shit hasn't been updated ever. It's not so much that; it's just that this. Well, it
Should
doesn't
it?
matter. It doesn't matter because there's no connection to the internet, but it also matters because nobody's familiar with that technology, so they have to be trained on it. But that's also a security feature.
But the funny thing was, for a long time, until like 10, 15 years ago, the launch code was just a string of zeros.
Yeah.
Just 0. That was for all missiles. Every missile was just 13 zeros in a row. Missiles go.
Yeah, some
Was the
crazy
other one
simple number.
password?
It really is.
That was the
simple
joke
shit
that I was
like
gonna
that.
make.
Because you're meant to change these things, and they don't.
Yeah.
Here's a scary one. I was once told by a friend who was in the military, and I confirmed this at the point. I don't have the information at me anymore. There was a general that drove a live. I don't want to say live. It could have been live, wasn't removed, could have been fired nuke on a trailer through the U.S. at one point. He got retired.
Yeah, the number of almost nuclear accidents is pretty fucking terrifying.
John Oliver did a bit about this.
Yeah, he covered a lot.
Well,
of
you can only have one nuclear accident, don't you?
The U.S. is pretty big.
Yeah,
we have three.
there's
3
plenty.
Mile Island.
Yeah,
But,
like I'll be honest, I am not as afraid of nuclear war as some people because it's not going to be near me. I'm not even going to be within the range of the radiation. I'll be within the range of the nuclear winter if that happens.
I guarantee there is something strategic in your area.
1 second after, I think is the title of the book. It outlines what it would really be like. This is based on like a DoD report. It's the most fucking terrifying book you'll ever read. An actual attack is not going to be what you think it's going to be if you really want to stabilize the country. So what you do is you don't bomb the cities. That's a stupid thing to do. You set up the charges to explode above the ionosphere.
Mhm.
They will release an EMP wave so strong it will disable all electronics over the entire country.
Oh, Ahina.
And so,
Ahina.
and then
Yeah.
what you have is millions of people with no construction.
So
Right out.
I
Was
think
that
I
a-
think that's like really counterable.
And
I
so,
think like if
so
you,
is
if you want to just protect yourself from that kind of EMP, you just like for cars you need like copper lined.
You would have to
cables and
encase
stuff like
the car in a mesh.
it's
No. It's like it's only gonna like fry some of the stuff in the car.
Right.
Well,
The actual engine is not gonna happen.
any
anything.
car
Right.
from 1980 on is completely fucked because they're run and organized by chips.
right.
Well, yeah, there's a way to like protect yourself.
There is, but we're not doing it. I mean,
Right.
Well,
like-
you're not doing it. Maybe the government is.
No,
Like,
they aren't.
Maybe
They're
there's
not.
like a I don't know.
because I mean,
Like
Probably not.
the president's car is, but probably nobody else's
Yeah.
is.
right.
Yeah,
And so,
I think there's a lot of private cars that have it for like millionaires and stuff like that. But that's
Yeah.
about it.
I mean,
So-
maybe, but who thinks about that?
So what would happen is, like we said you're in Missouri, so everyone in Chicago is without food. There's no real food production in Chicago, so they just start. Millions of people are just spreading out from there, eating and destroying everything they can along the way.
I mean, I'm a ways from Chicago. I'm closer to St. Louis. Oh, actually, I'm in the third biggest city in Missouri after St. Louis and Kansas City, which are genuinely big cities.
Mhm.
Um,
But
so-
basically like a well organized strike is. They estimate cannibalism would occur within weeks, if not
Yeah.
sooner. Just because the amount of infrastructure in place to keep the country fed is insane. Like where the food is and where the food is processed and where the food is consumed are completely separate from each other and cannot be replicated in a microcosm. It's all interconnected and it cannot be separated easily. The food that we grow cannot be eaten; it has to be processed and then eaten.
Yeah.
It's funny that cannibalism would work like after a few weeks, but actual ritualistic cannibalism would probably start even sooner. Just from people emerging. Oh, it's the end of the world.
Right. Well, I mean, Russia had
Let's eat each other,
cannibalism
boy.
during their whatever depression it's called. I mean, and they weren't even the level.
I mean, that's really just the
stabilized.
correct response to finding a dead body in a survival situation.
I disagree entirely.
I disagree highly, dude.
If you find a dead body, you have no idea how long it's been dead. Generally,
Okay, yeah, from a standpoint of assuming that it's like new.
yeah. But I mean, if it's been on the ground for more than 5 minutes, there's going to be things that have touched it, birds that could have shat on it, any number of things that could fuck you up if you've eaten.
And you don't know how
Human flesh is bad for you.
Right. You actually have to cook. Well, you have to cook any meat, so that's just a dumb statement.
No, not only cook it, like it has stuff in it that's bad for you. I can't remember it. I did look into it quite
there are
extensively
proteins
before.
that will build up in your brain pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that-
will
that's-
get
that was
fucked
it.
if you eat human.
And what the biggest part is, what if that person ate something they shouldn't have eaten, and now they're contaminated with that, and you try to eat them, and then
Yeah. What if they have an STD?
there's a
I don't
billion
think
different
that
ways.
would. I don't think that would work.
That probably
It
wouldn't
does.
survive the cooking.
Yeah,
That would
Well,
definitely not.
not
survive.
even the cooking. Just it doesn't go through your fucking intestines.
like,
It does. That's how we got some of it.
But as you're butchering it, you can nick your arm, and
Right. There's any number of things that could fuck you over.
Basically, you're not going to survive that. Essentially, that scenario is not a survivable scenario for 90% of the population of the country.
But now
Why
that
are we
we've had
talking
our
about
half
this
an hour,
again?
I have a question regarding the game itself.
Okay.
Are we playing?
Are we playing a
Puppy.
game today?
Did you see my question earlier? What are the market restrictions lifted?
I'll say yes, because
Okay.
at this point,
Then I will go shopping throughout the week after
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah. it makes
Please
sense.
use the 150k I gave you for the T-Rex. Just
okay.
the restrictions are
yeah,
lifted.
yeah, with the restriction off, I'll do that.
Okay, good.
I got plenty of gold I can do some fun stuff with.
The city is prospering, and we shall too.
So everyone, just remember, if you're buying it in Cantargo, you get 10% discount on all things.
Yep.
You want to
Alright.
balance it by removing that discount?
No, though, I mean, crafting still takes as long as it did before, of course.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you wanna pay half price for it because you crafted it, then
Yeah, that
No,
makes
I
sense.
meant the discount, the 10% discount.
yeah, no, that I think is a good.
I
thing.
mean, that's a plot reward. That makes sense to keep.
Well, maybe just replace the plot reward of 10% by the plot reward of get whatever you fuck you want.
Well, that's not the point.
The point is
Okie dokie.
that you guys had been holding out for the things you wanted anyway, and so just never spending any of your money. So that's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
It's not entirely true. I did take so I got my spiritual gardening up to use as many of the items we got as possible.
Mhm.
So I did my best.
How
Alright.
robotic am I,
I
by the way?
tried.
You're good.
Kevin was a robot earlier when he was explaining nuclear bombardment, at least to me.
They're trying to suppress the knowledge.
Damn.
Uh.
They're into Discord now?
Well, no, they were in Discord a million years ago.
And by the way, that the precise explosion you're talking about, it's called a HINA, High Altitude Nuclear Explosion,
Mhm.
Yep.
to release an EMP.
And it would only take a few devices of moderate size to blanket the country.
Yeah.
by
Yep.
some estimates. Obviously, more could do, potentially more. But if you do enough, you would just set the country on fire, literally, because you'd induce enough current in
Yeah.
the conductors to just.
Let's
start
not
fires.
ignite the atmosphere, please.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't be igniting the atmosphere; it'd be igniting the like the telephone wires, and would just burst
Yeah.
into flames.
Definitely.
So
Just nuke the equators. I mean, what's it called? The poles. So we can fucking get this global warming on fucking
that
fast
would be a slow
speed.
burn, but I think that would definitely have a
Yeah.
end of the world implication, but most likely.
Right, but
Didn't they used to like bomb the fucking South Pole as like experiments and shit?
Yeah, they used one of the poles for nuclear testing.
Seriously?
I don't remember which one.
Didn't hear that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's uninhabited, so you know.
I guess at the time when they were doing those tests above ground, they didn't give a fuck about environment.
Oh, they definitely didn't give a fuck. There's this place called
They still
Bikini
don't.
Atoll that used to be inhabited.
Oh shit.
So you guys arrive.
Previously.
So you guys now have the prisoner you need. He is bound and gagged, I think. Did you say?
Yes.
Also unconscious.
Yeah. Several of the other Chelish soldiers are alive because they either were hit by merciful arrows or just wound up stabilizing.
Mm.
Throw them in the vats of acid or take them with us.
Well, if you recall, we needed to decimate them completely. That is not the right word for that. We need to incendiarize them in some form so that they don't know this guy is missing.
So we choreograph everybody.
So are these the green pools of whatever? What was that? Poison or was that acid or?
I think I decided that they were acid.
Okay, so we throw everyone in the acid, leaving some clothes or remnants to kind of indicate that's what we did.
Yep.
And everyone's like, "Oh fuck, well,
Good plan.
if we can't find them, they're just there. That's the reason."
Right.
We're not evil.
No, we're not.
And
They were the bad guys.
and
They were just soldiers doing their job.
They were the bad guy.
This guy right here, he was drafted to protect his sweetheart, dude. He took the money from the drafting and paid the doctor. And now she's sitting in bed waiting for her lover to come back. And he's never coming back!
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
I mean,
I have something for that. I'm gonna go to general.
do you remember, Kevin, how your alignment has changed?
Yes,
Okay.
back to good.
Yeah.
That's funny in the general.
Nice.
That is basically The Last of Us. I mean,
Can you please stop sucking its dick?
no, I like sucking dick.
Its dick, you know?
There are many other dicks to suck, so you want to
Yeah.
find another video game's dick to suck. It's,
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets old sucking only one dick.
So you can get all the STDs, not just one.
Jeez.
Oh my god, let's not get into bug collect.
Oh, bug collecting. Fucking saw this. The
God, I
podcast.
hate those people so much.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's,
Is that like people who want to get STDs?
yes,
Yeah,
Yep.
people who
That is
intentionally
fetish.
try to collect them all.
it is a
Puppy,
fetish.
are you a gift giver or are you a receiver?
Oh god, that's so nasty.
Let's
I
not
never-
go there.
Not only
I
is it
never
a
heard that.
fetish, tricking people with it is a fetish.
I
Yeah.
heard that as a meme before, but like as like an urban legend kind of thing. I didn't know there's actually a
That's a
thing.
no, it's a fetish.
It's a thing, along with the people that poke holes in condoms.
That is a
Yeah.
fetish.
Always bring your own condoms, guys.
That is pretty fucked up.
I think I'm the last person you want to tell that advice to, since I don't really need it. With my Virgin Shield.
Look, if I've learned anything, it's that you should always have a condom that hasn't expired on.
At least like
In your car.
better to need it
Yes.
and not have it than
In your car, not in your wallet, because it grades latex.
You better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it.
Exactly.
So,
Okay, so we've taken care of the bodies and the loots and the prisoner.
Yep.
Anything else we need to do in this location?
Not specific.
Do you want to save this token, or should I delete it for the dragon? I don't know how it works for GM stuff.
there's no saving it. It's just a matter of I'd have to make a journal of that character.
It's not really worth it. I can just update it when if it's easier just to load it each time. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's just HP. Doesn't take long to just put that in.
Okay. So, with the guy you need.
So are we ready to go? Shall I do a teleport?
Yep.
Yes, I
Please
believe
do.
so.
So gather the party and touch everyone as a full round action and teleport back.
Cool.
Okay. There's not really anything particular about this map, to be honest. Here. Because the thing is, the base was destroyed, so yeah, there's just no map in particular for this stuff.
Shall I
Yeah,
roll a
Sure.
percentage die, or will you do
It
it?
doesn't matter.
You know what? I'm going to throw some money at this so it's not a problem anymore. Would anybody else like to throw some money at this so it's not a problem anymore?
I have 250 GP left on me.
I no longer know what you're talking about.
I'm going to throw 35k at restoration of the secret hideout.
Oh.
I think it just takes time, not just money.
Well, money so that other people can do it, supporting the economy, and it will be a historical landmark because we fucking lived there.
So what were you gonna throw money at?
People to restore the base.
Do we have a base?
Oh yeah, by the way, I need to add money to my...
Yeah, well, we did into a dragon crash. So, I mean, it's a good thing to spend money on that doesn't actually give us any.
But it gives the community something to do.
Yep.
So how much money are we talking about?
I threw 35k at it. Anybody else want to throw some more money at this? It was completely wrecked, by the way.
I'll throw 9,700 GP. No, wait. 9,950 GP.
I mean, it only takes some. I mean, make whole is a relatively low level spell, and you just have to like multiple castings will kind of.
I was thinking like Stone Shape and some other. Well, Make Whole would Make Whole work on things that are part of the ground.
It usually looks at objects. It doesn't mention like. I guess you got like a building as an object in theory, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is an underground base. I was thinking like multiple people doing Stone Shape over a long period of time.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I mean, it should only be in the tens of thousands to tops.
Oh yeah, good point. I'll reduce that by a bit.
Because I mean, think of how the spellcasting service of Stone Shape is not that expensive.
Yeah, you make a good point. So I'll throw 10k at it instead, and then if anybody wants to do some more, have at it.
I can do 5.
Let's look. There was an item I wanted to use. There's to kind of seal the door.
Mhm.
What was it? Glyph of Warding. We have a scroll of that. We should use it.
I think we should just sell it. But okay.
It's like 200 GP. It doesn't really. It's not gonna make any
It
difference.
piles up. It piles up on each other, you know. By the way, did you see my proposal in Hell's Rebel?
Which one was that?
They stop having 2 over here in this row and 4 over here in this row and just have 6. for like an item that we have a lot of?
Oh, I think he already combined the.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I did do that when I went through. That's why the note says potions. I sorted everything by potions and scrolls, and
Oh, that's cool.
so I combined that. Also, one thing to note: if you look at column D, that's now done by formula.
Yep.
So if you change your vote, it'll change status.
That's awesome.
And just for a little coloration here, pink items are healing items.
Pink items are conjuration healing items.
Things that remove health or help with status effects.
Cool.
Alright, so get back. We have to deliver this guy to his mom.
Yes.
Okay. Before we do, we need to have a discussion about why we brought you back. And you're not going to run away. And some implications if he does.
He's still unconscious, so I say just throw him to his mother's side and then wait for him to wake up and then explain stuff with her on our side.
I don't want to be overly threatening in front of her because she's already not specifically wanting to work with us.
No, she's very wanting to work with us. We bribed her and then we said, yeah, well, sure, we'll get your son as well. She likes us.
I was under the impression that she was only doing it specifically because we brought her son back.
Yeah.
No.
And a bribery.
No.
She's
She's
really
really
think
into the
likes us
bribery.
that much.
I don't know.
the impression she
Puppy,
did.
you're the DM.
I mean, it's mostly the bribe. Getting the son back was a condition because he was off serving in the Chelish military, and basically she was worried they would execute him.
Mhm.
If her house betrayed them.
Yep.
So we saved him for her.
Mhm.
And we did tell her that we're gonna use non-lethal damage. Even though we didn't use non-lethal damage, Mr. Leon.
Yeah, whatever.
He saw death.
He is still alive, though.
He is.
So
Can we
problems
make the red lines go away?
Sure.
Paying to restore the place and park T-Rex somewhere, so you know.
He's not an object anymore, okay? We don't pop
Maybe
him
more. You see creatures as objects? What's wrong with you?
Well, it's non sentient creature, was it? Yeah, before that was non-sentient creature. So it's an object. It was referred to as an it.
Does the
No
T-Rex
longer,
even
though.
fit in here anywhere?
We have a
The
basement.
lower level, yeah.
Could he become a weep trash that lives in our basement?
There's no anime in Kintarga.
Yet.
Oh, hey, did Fuckface McPrisoner Boy get killed? I mean, it's been like a book, but I don't remember what happened to him, and his icon's still down here.
Yeah, we've just not addressed him.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
I think we decided just to keep him as a hostage for, Kintargo business. And stuff.
Yes, but then the dragon happened, so I don't know.
No.
50 versus
before
KIA?
Before the dragon, we're just gonna ransom him. Now, after we've freed the city, we're gonna use him because he's a throne, and the ruling family of Cheliax is a throne as well, right?
Yes.
So that's that. We were gonna bargaining chip and stuff.
Mhm.
Is that the guy that's stuck down in the basement?
Yeah, that's the prison area.
Not this one.
Okay.
It was somebody else. I can't find him anymore. Any hoosers. So we deliver the guy. Is there any Poppy you wanna do, Poppy?
Well, for one thing, people as you so let's see, you come back to so you guys come back to town, and you come back. So you teleport. Where exactly do you teleport to? Do you teleport back to base?
Oh, you have to roll. For it.
Yeah, that's probably the best. But well, there's a roll involved, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know about the base, so wherever I have been before, I don't really know the city that well.
I'm pretty sure that means you're fine.
Yeah.
So, you so
What?
where do you end up?
I don't really recall the layout of the city, so.
Well, I mean,
we go back to the base. Okay, let's assume he has like the base as a really known place. Was that the?
I don't know that
It's
he
very
would.
familiar.
But yeah, whatever. He'd be introduced to the base because we have people restoring it and everything else.
What are the different categories for it?
It's very familiar. Is the one we're looking for. So it's either his apartment, I guess, if he has one, or the base.
Yeah, I don't really know.
That's a good point. It would probably just be wherever the fuck you lived in town.
Yeah.
There's only a few of us,
Oh.
so.
It's what I remember as me is the warehouse where we had a battle and saved the lady. So outside the warehouse.
That seems fair, and then we can walk the rest of the way.
Okay.
Sure.
So, as you kind of walk, you know, people recognize the Silver Ravens, and you guys turn heads on the best of days. But Kevin, you're especially turning heads. Fine, people, your skin kind of glows just a little bit.
Has he become a shiny good guy?
He's a very shiny, very good guy, yeah. So
when I get to a place with a good concentration of people, I will activate my spiritual form, and I will say to all of them with telepathy, "Fear not, I am the man you once knew, but I have ascended to gain powers even greater than those that could ever have achieved with my mortal flesh. Do not."
That is some SCP-001 shit, dude.
Do not
Damn.
worry, I am still here to protect you and this Encantargo.
that would be a really bad SCP-001. But anyway,
I'm talking like Gate of the Gate Guardian.
46
001.
diplomacy.
Holy shit.
people are mesmerized and entranced by you.
During this time, I'm actually flying, so I have wings that sprout on my back, and I'm flying above their heads. Is it the most angelic thing you could imagine?
That is some messiah shit, dude.
People are staring up at you, dumbstruck.
I'll land and say, "Now go about your business. We have a city to maintain and fix from Thrune's madness."
Some people have a little bit of trouble going on about their business. Some of them walk off. Some of them are praying, and you're not sure that it's not to you.
He's not even a deity, it's just spirits. Like dead people.
Well, I'm technically an embodiment of both spirits and Desna, because I do get my powers from Desna through Evangelist to a degree. So all of my shaman stuff is theoretically filtered through Desna.
Damn.
And I've gotten even so. Yeah, there's a lot of complicated, interconnected kind of stuff like that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So, people are people are just people just have that reaction to you. You head on back to your base. The T-Rex comes across you. He approaches and he's like, "Hello, I caught your scent." And he sees you, Flux. He said, he sniffs you. Flux?
Do not be concerned, my good chap. We are still on the same side. I have merely changed forms slightly. I'm sure
I whispered to Brooke, chap, did he become British?
I'm sure you understand how these transformations can be beneficial and trying at times.
So the Laughing Lantern, who is the god most associated with humor in the Pathfinder universe, summons a spectral hand to slap you for making such a terrible joke.
I didn't mean to make a joke.
No,
it's me.
Oh.
Come on, dude. What god slaps you? They all slap me, okay? How much psionic damage do I take?
You take, it's just slapping you across the face. You take 3 points of non-lethal damage.
Cool.
It's pretty weak for a god, but...
Yeah.
I mean, he's not doing it in earnest.
Right.
I usually take like D6s of it when I'm doing like a really bad pun. It's usually not even the god of humor. It's usually another god. But I will.
The god of humor is just the most likely to be offended by this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose. Yeah, I'll lick my lip. Is that all you got? He shouldn't be offended by that. So let's go.
You go to the god. I don't know. That's a great idea.
So, T-Rex is like, what happened?
Well, unfortunately, I did perish from this mortal plane, but the powers that be decided I had more work that needed to be done and imbued me with some of their essence and allowed me to return and continue my work.
And I have his old essence, and I left up the jar of pure dust.
Yeah, he died and put on some new clothes and gained an upper class ego.
Isn't that a super ego?
No, it's more his ego, his personality. So that's more your ego.
You're like better now, and you're doing more good. So isn't that like the super ego that gained power?
Super ego is your conscience.
Yeah.
As much as I don't think it's really taught anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I learned it in Psych 1. So.
Yeah, but is it actually valid?
Well, no.
It's just a.
It's a convenient framing mechanism, but I don't think
it's not as accurate anymore.
It's not true. Psychoanalysis is not. I mean, there's reasons why it still persists, because Freud did come up with the idea of the subconscious, which is very much a thing that is real. But yeah.
I'm sorry I brought it up. Let's keep going.
It's fine.
No, I want to talk about it, but it's
Yeah.
I don't want to delay the session. I'm sorry.
I got you.
So. I mean, he's like, all right, well, You seem to have the prisoner.
He's not a prisoner, dude. Just a captive. We're delivering him to his family.
Is the guy...
Come on,
what state
T-Rex.
in what state is the guy being delivered to his family?
He's
He's tied up.
Probably healed back
unconscious.
full while unconscious.
He's not a prisoner.
How are
though.
you keeping him unconscious if he's healed back full?
Non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage? I don't know.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Just punch him every once in a while. That should do it. The trick.
Okay.
So the minute he wakes up, someone knocks him out again. Is that how we're doing it?
No, no.
Non-lethal damage takes like hours to heal, dude.
It
I mean,
takes
to,
an
like,
hour
wake up.
precisely.
So every few minutes, we just we give him a little whack on the head and make sure.
Yeah, every half an hour, I whack him on the head. Here you go. That's gonna cause some concussion.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you know the simplest solution is to sling my hammer over my shoulder and tie him to a rubber band on the other side of the hammer so that when he drops, he comes back up and smacks his head on it.
That is some Looney Tunes stuff, dude.
That is exactly where I was going with that.
Okay, so we deliver him to his family.
So, you're immediately allowed in by the person at the door, and you go in, and Lady Drawling is waiting.
Puppy, did we loot him before we delivered him?
Yeah, I believe we.
Okay.
You go in, and Lady Drawling please never make that noise again either. Lady Drawling is waiting there, and she sees him, and her eyes go a bit wide, and she says, Jesus, how bad have you treated him?
Well, you know, we just needed to knock him out because he was not
How's my diplomacy?
cooperating.
Actually, how's
Isn't
my
it
bluff
diplomacy
is the
from-
question.
He was
23
not
to bluff.
cooperating.
He died on the battlefield and we had to resurrect him.
Damn. We saved your son.
Oh. Well, I thank you then.
Yeah, grab a lot of feet.
Yes. Better to bring him back as a whole person.
Yes. Of course. You have my vote then. Thank you for this favor you have done me, and for your incentives.
I move my eyebrows up and down.
The least we could do.
So, we're gonna start inflicting noise damage.
How much?
You did it 3
Come on,
times,
dude,
though, so...
Give me these sixes, dude. Come on, let's go. What is this D2 bullshit? Is this not lethal?
No.
Okay, this is lethal damage. So 5 lethal damage.
You
Sure.
you trip and sprain your ankle.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll go... It's still little enough that it'll go away by the end of the day, so...
Yeah, but when I heal up, it heals up, so don't worry.
So...
I never learned.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've actually done now. That was just a joke.
So...
So we're off to ally ourselves with the Northern Plains.
That is something. That is the one I have prepared. Yes. Of the
Cool.
either you have 2 left. That is indeed the one that I have actually prepared. So please do that one.
Was there
I don't know. Should we?
I'm thinking back. I'm not sure what this one was. But there was one that was money was involved or something like that. This is a way back, like a house or something that we were supposed to ally with.
No, this is not about the houses. This is about the neighboring regions, and we want to ally ourselves with.
You needed a trade agreement, which you did achieve that.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't know if we
good.
role-played you going back and getting the alliance, but you would have.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
We end what?
We didn't roleplay it.
The Aqua Elves?
No, not them. The other one.
Yeah.
I don't think we did another one.
Yeah, we did. We went
we
to
did-
the lady.
we
She
did
had
vo-
people dying in her country mysteriously
Oh,
from.
so yeah, we did do the roleplay then. That's
Yeah.
Vyre and the Aqua Elves. We both
Yeah.
got them. So it's two left. The Northern Plains is next.
That's good.
So, now that you have a full board of governors,
Mhm.
you got the board gets together and elects Lord Mayor. It does want 3 votes do wind up being for Jilia if that is who you request.
Yeah.
Isn't it unanimously?
I
That's
think
the-
yeah, it is unanimous. You would get all 5 of
Nice.
That's the current mayor, isn't it?
Yeah.
them. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
cool.
this is making it official for the purposes of the Contargo contract. She
Yep.
she promptly sends Cheliax a notice that they do not have permission to invade.
Mhm.
And a few days later, they send back the thing I am hastily adding. Let's see. Handout. Choose file. I say a few days. In fact, it's probably let me check. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this would it should be within a day or so that this would be sent back.
Cool.
You receive
Just as a lore question, what is like the transportation method of like communication here?
it
Navy.
It could easily be that a messenger, in terms of her sending the notice, she could easily get teleporting, because there's a magical academy in.
Yeah, cool. It's just a lore question. I find it interesting. It's not about questioning it.
Yeah. There's a magical academy in Contargo.
Yeah, but that was like illusion based or something. I can't remember, but okay.
But people they'd still have familiars, and so some
Yeah.
of them would have improved familiar and would have outsiders as familiars, and all of the familiar great outsiders have greater teleport.
Cool. It's just nice to know.
So the note reads, Lord Mayor Jilia Benilius, we thank you for your notification that all is well in beloved Contargo. It does us good to know at least one of our cities has found peace in these trying times. After consulting with the church, the military, and our trusted advisors, we have come to a similar conclusion. At this time, an official Chelish military presence in Contargo is unwarranted. Should this change at any point in the future, know that we eagerly await an opportunity to bolster your fine city with our troops, who remain ever vigilant and ready at a moment's notice to come to Contargo to provide such aid as we can. We shall be in contact soon to discuss further ramifications of Contargo's situation, and we sincerely hope that all Ravenel remains quiet and safe. Know that unrest still plagues Cheliax, and we cannot guarantee the safety and well-being of Contargan or regional citizens of Ravenel should they find themselves in areas of open conflict. Likewise, know that from this point forward, official transport and supplies and resources from Cheliax must needs be focused further on securing our nation's military safety. We trust and hope you have enough to get by on your own for the immediate future, yet our arms remain open should you require our aid in the future. We shall speak soon. Her Infernal Magistrix Abigail II of the thrice-damned House of Throne. By the might of Asmodeus, Queen and Empress of Cheliax, and its other realms and territories.
So, just want to make sure, puppy is our in English supposed to be capitalized, or is she doing that because she's her.
It might be the royal we. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. To emphasize, like, you're surrounded and
Yeah.
part of us, even though you don't want to be.
I think it's both.
Also, you're on your own now, so, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Though it's
Don't
capitalized and it opens with we, and it's signed with her. So.
Yeah.
I think,
She's enforcing her.
yeah. I think it's
everything.
first and foremost the royal we, is what it is.
Yeah. That's what I read it as.
We the people.
Yeah.
So, are supplies and resources actually going to?
Well, for the moment, they're not sending anything to you. Kintargo or Revenal is relatively rural.
Yeah. And we
So-
have a port, so I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a big problem.
Good.
Okay, so could you remind me why we needed those alliances?
Is part of the contract.
That
So-
we have like under our jurisdiction for, or we have an
so
alliance with. For.
You need alliances with those areas for those areas to be protected by the contract.
Okay. So yeah, let's keep going.
Okay.
Now that we have a council, could we ask the people on the council if they know if there's a power figure in the Northern Plains?
That's very much a knowledge local question.
I've got
None of them would probably know.
34.
Yeah, you actually can think of someone. There is a... Let's see. So, the largest settlement in the Northern Plains is Cypress Point, and the most notable public figure in Cypress Point is, oh god, this name, Zera Lilla.
That doesn't sound too bad.
X-E-
Zyra.
Xerelilah.
Cool.
Sounds like my maiden name.
She is a cleric of Desna.
Cool.
So, Humam, who is your husband?
Dude, that's the joke here. Anyway, let's see. Could we scry on her and then teleport? Would they seen once?
That
Or
is,
like scry on some other
I mean,
location there?
well, you always scry on a person, never a location.
We scry on a person, look at the location they're at with our scrying eyes, and then teleport to the location.
Yeah, that's a maneuver you can do.
Sure. So next day or same day?
That's your choice.
No, I'm asking Torsev. Torsev is not here for 15 minutes.
I'm back now.
Cool.
How many teleports do you have left in this day?
Is this the same day as we had the fight in the war camp?
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, probably.
If it's
shouldn't be.
Okay, so I'm back up.
Yeah,
So
we got
should-
back. We delivered the shit.
So this is the same day?
This is
No,
not
it's
the
the
same
next
day.
the next day.
Yeah, the
This
next day I have a lot, but
Yeah, sure.
if it's the same day, none.
Kevin, did you level up your cleric friend, Zenra?
I did, yes.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. So we should bring her with us.
Do you want to bring the T-Rex as well?
No, we
I don't
cannot.
think we can.
It's too big. He's
I
too
can't. Not enough spaces in the teleport ship.
Yep.
Okay.
Even with just you and the T-Rex, I don't think it worked. We could kill him, shrink him as an object, bring him along, and then resurrect him for 10,000 GP.
Yeah, that's expensive.
That is some bad transit, dude.
That was literally a joke. I was not.
Yeah.
So,
advocating that.
what did the note from the invading army say?
No, it's from the Queen. It said like, okay, we're not gonna invade you, but if you want some of our troops in your city, sure, go ahead, tell us. We have open arms for you.
Okay, so they're just packing up and leave? Just
They
quite
were
like?
never,
Well,
they were never here.
you kicked them out. You kicked them out at the end of the last module. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But she says they're there if we need them. Come back. But for the moment, we're on our own because there are other conflicts in other areas.
And they're really salty
Okay.
about it from
Yeah.
the tone of this letter.
Royal
So
we
they're-
was used a lot.
Yeah.
Teleport. So scene once.
I
Go
just
ahead and
need
roll the
to,
percentile dice.
rememorize my spells, because I
Cool.
have...
Okay.
Sure.
So. Viewed.
So what are we
once.
doing, Torsif?
we can do a teleport.
Sure, go ahead and roll the percentile die.
You're good.
I think we make it. Yep.
Cool.
So, what time do you do this? I'll ask.
Like early morning, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
Where are we going exactly?
To the
So-
Northern Plains, the biggest settlement there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when you scry on this cleric of Desna, you'll find in the early morning that she is in the process of praying and preparing her spells.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that then, you know? Like, woke up while she's praying, like we're the saviors.
No, we can definitely not do that and give her the time that she wants to that.
Sure.
What type of
So-
person is this, to my knowledge?
She's a chaotic good old cleric of Desna. She's a respected figure in this area.
Oh, well,
She-
this should go just fine then.
Being a cleric of Desna, she wanders. She wanders about seeing to people's needs with her 4th level spells.
Cool.
I say we teleport like to the outside of the church, and then we go inside.
You only see her immediate surroundings, and she is not in a church. She is outside.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so we teleport outside, I guess, next to her, somewhere next to her.
So Zenrai says, "Oh, so you think you're going to take me along this time?" Is that
Yes, we were
There,
badly.
so
yeah,
there has to
she-
be
she
this
can come.
moment when the party gets back and his character sees Zenrai, where he comes up, being like, "Oh my God, we could have used you so much," and she's like, "Who the fuck are you? Get off!"
and she slaps each of you for letting me die and saying that she shouldn't come along. You
Aside
boys,
from his ego, it was clearly worth it.
you boys just always want to leave me behind.
What's Flux's last name? What's Flux's last name?
Oh, I'm not even sure I gave him a last name.
Yeah, you were just a cart
Damn.
pusher for some time.
What was that?
You were just a dirty cart pusher for some time, weren't you?
Yeah. Let me see if I even gave him a last name.
Still
No.
am. I mean, it still is.
I don't usually give my character a last
Whoops.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so if we... So, what did we decide on teleporting? Next to her.
Before,
in what time?
one other thing that will happen that I want to mention, during the period of time before you get the note and before you get a chance to teleport.
Mhm.
The Tiefling woman, who you rescued from Senshin's apartment. Do you know who
Yep.
I mean?
I
No.
know what you mean. It's this girl.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Okay.
She runs into base one night, says, "Come quickly!"
I immediately respond.
Yeah, if I'm there, I go.
Something.
Yeah, we go.
So
What
as
has
she runs,
happened?
she says, "A member of the Cloven Hoof Society, one of the chefs, he's been murdered."
My God.
It's
Take us to where it happened.
She takes you to a let's see. Takes you to a kitchen in the Devil's Nursery.
Mhm.
The Cloven Hoof Society has a headquarters, so it was the kitchen there.
Yep.
And inside, before you go into the actual room, she says, "It's grisly. Prepare yourselves."
Please.
Should we do a knowledge local on the Cloven Hoof Society and the Devil's Nursery or whatever?
You can choose to
The
do
Devil's Nursery was the tiefling-specific area that Darby's character protected.
It just seems like this is like some evil shit.
I do not remember the other one, though.
You can do a knowledge local to know about the Cloven Hoof Society.
Okay. I've got a 16 by default, so
I don't have anything.
36.
So you know off the top of your head, tieflings are quite put upon in Cheliax in general. And it's actually better in Kintargo than it is hardly anywhere else, but they still all live in a ghetto which they informally are not allowed to leave. Not officially, but they risk being attacked and lynched if they leave. Prejudice against them is pretty widespread. In fact, but yeah, they are. So the Cloven Hoof Society is a tiefling rights organization, essentially.
Sure.
Advocating for trying
Tiefling lives matter.
trying to reduce prejudice and advocate for their legal rights. Stria, who was one of the people who originally disappeared during the Night of Ashes, way back at the beginning of the campaign, you eventually found her during A Song of Silver. She had been captive, charmed by...
She was charmed.
Yeah. She'd been charmed by one of the...
But this guy's mother.
Yes.
Who we killed at the end of the Night of Silver, or whatever it's called.
You killed her toward the beginning of A Song of Silver.
Yeah.
So, you guys have any reaction? She says, "It's grisly. Prepare yourselves."
We can handle it.
I'm sure we've dealt with worse.
Yep,
She opens the
that's
door, and his body is limbless, laid out, cooked up and carved as a roast, an apple shoved in his mouth, and his body festooned with salt, spices, and garnishes. His blood saturates the floor.
I take a huff of the smell. How nice does it smell?
It actually smells pretty good.
Like bacon.
like it smell. I mean, it's a fine roast. It.
Yeah, it's just a reference to how human meat actually tastes like pig meat.
I mean,
Well, it is structured the same.
This is tiefling meat, so it tastes
Well,
it
it's
smells
human.
It smells and tastes even more like pig meat than human meat does.
That's doubtful, but okay. Wait, was that like a racist remark on tieflings? Is that what you're saying here?
I
If
don't
anything,
know.
there's a slight
Tiefling
charcoal
lives matter.
flavoring.
I don't know. Something about pigs not being kosher is where that came from.
Yeah.
I don't know what kosher is.
Well, it's the Jewish equivalent of halal, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
Food.
It's a bit of a stretch to call that racist, but
like he's not racist, but he's racist.
no, it's. I mean, if there were a percentage there, it'd be maybe 5.
That's racist.
Eh.
Anyway, looking at the limbs and stuff, how was he carved?
Kevin,
his-
did you see the thing?
How was he like dismembered? Weapon, heel check.
Yeah, heel check would be a very good thing to give you information here. His limbs are straight up gone. You don't need a heel check to know that.
How were they gone? In what weapon were they like dismembered?
37 heal.
So you find a small incision at the base of his neck. You recall a murder from earlier in this module, which was the same way.
Fuck, it's been way too long.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember the specifics of it.
There is an incision in the neck, which, in the case of that other person, seems to have killed them instantly. And there actually has been a second murder similar to it that we didn't end up covering because it wasn't important at the time.
But this is the first time somebody has like this.
This is
what
the
is it
first
called?
time it's been extravagant.
Huh.
This is like the first time they've. What's the word for like doing something with the body?
Mutilating.
Yeah.
Mutilating. Yeah, that's it.
So
I'm
this
sorry,
one.
my English is not that way.
So there's a tiny puncture wound at the base of his neck, and like the last one, it bears faint traces of acid burns, suggesting that it was performed by a weapon with the corrosive magical property.
Okay, so out of game, the only thing this reminds me of is that magical turns you into a serial killer weapon. But I don't think that's it.
That wound up with the investigator lady, did it? Or did you keep it?
No, we buried that deep under the base.
But you have encountered this kind of murder before?
I don't think that was the weapon that this is. And I don't remember
weapon-
anything else remotely close to it.
Poppy,
So
is there a knowledge we could do to like know if there's a faction that uses corrosive weapons?
You don't know of such a thing. And that the weapon you're talking about, Leon, did not have the corrosive property.
that's what I was thinking.
There's a little bit more information from the heel check. The wound seems to have surgically severed the spinal cord, but death likely resulted from blood loss and from the amputations. In other words, this guy was probably alive as he was prepared as a roast.
He wasn't feeling
But
anything
was
since,
Oh
you know.
no, he felt it. He was just paralyzed.
Yeah.
The puncture
which
wound
was
was
just
likely
closed
made
before.
by a talon or weapon designed to mimic a talon or a long claw. So the weapon would have been like claw-shaped, either because it was a claw or because
It
it
makes
was
me-
intended
So
to
this
mimic
was
one.
kind of done to inflict a lot of pain before he died.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that pro-simian species that have an evolutionary thing that gives it a really long claw. But that's
I
about
don't
it.
know. I don't remember the other murder at all.
Literally all there was to it was that they had been stabbed in the neck from behind. It
Okay,
wasn't
so
artistic or extravagant like this one.
okay, maybe
And
it
it
was
was
something
a
I
long-
just glossed over because it wasn't our job at the moment.
Yeah.
And it was a long time ago.
When was asking around? When was the last time the chef was seen?
So Stria would volunteer some information. She had interacted with him the previous day. From the heel check, you know that this would have happened in the middle of the night last night.
We have a scroll of Speak with Dead.
You do.
Damn, let's do that.
And Kevin, check your Discord. You haven't already?
Discord.
I don't know if you
Oh,
have
yeah.
that, but it seems like something that would also be useful.
We can definitely. I can prepare that. And speak with Dad so we can save the scroll if we.
Awesome.
Since the time 15 minutes isn't bad for this, so we'll take the time to prepare both of those. So cast Speak with Dead and cast the Red Hand of the Killer. So is it a cleric only spell?
Remind me, Red Hand of the Killer is you cast it over the body and it causes the murderer's hands to turn blood red for a period of time.
Days per level, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be Zenray. Zenray would have to do that
Okay.
one.
Yeah. It doesn't give you automatic assuming you don't happen to see the person's hands, it shouldn't give you any information.
Right, but it's easier to tell
Right.
who it is in the
If-
event
yeah,
that we find them.
Yeah,
if
well,
we
what
get
it
the-
does is it fucks them over if they
Yeah.
happen to be out and about.
Yeah, specifically.
And if there's a question, we can take off their gloves or whatever and say, hey, that's it'll be a good sign. We don't get the wrong person.
Yeah.
So that's DC 20 will
Could
save.
if we could before cast it, put some agents in like markets and stuff like that in public places.
This is DC 20 will save. I don't imagine you'll have any special knowledge that of whether or not is there any reason you would know whether or not the save succeeded?
Not unless the way you rule there would be.
Starfinder has a hard rule that you automatically know if a will save of yours succeeds or fails. I don't think Pathfinder has a similar rule.
Not that I'm aware of, and I don't think you would know if something succeeded or failed like that.
Yeah, unless you can see, like, on the level of sleep or whatever, you can see whether it happens, but other than that.
And
Right.
on that similar note,
Yeah.
I'll do a cast.
And this will give you some information. Roll against spell resistance.
I was just about to say that. I'll do that for either whether or not it works or
Okay.
it's needed. There's the roll.
Yeah. You sense
Plus
that
13.
I'll give you that you sense the fact that it's needed, and that will
Okay.
give you information onto the nature of the murderer.
Okay.
So yeah, that is perhaps actually a valuable clue that it's someone who has or can have spell resistance.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's a pretty low roll, so I wouldn't be surprised if that.
Yeah. You don't know if it penetrated the spell resistance or not. And what did you say the DC to the save was?
20. Well,
20.
Okay.
So we're looking at maybe a 50 or 25% chance of success.
I would say under 10%.
Yeah.
Of both things succeeding.
Yeah.
I see. I'm going to pull up the description of that spell because I want to know
Yeah,
a
sure.
specific detail.
It's in general.
Drawing on a spiritual link between a corpse and its killer, you reach out across space and time to brand the killer of the corpse you used as the focus of a spell, creating a physical manifestation of the killer's guilt. The killer's right hand becomes stained indelibly red. Gotta look up that word.
You cannot dilute it.
You
Okay.
you can't remove it.
This stain cannot be removed. So, if the killer is not humanoid or does not have a right hand for some other reason, the spell instead causes a red stain to appear elsewhere on the creature's body, typically the chest. Okay. If the victim did not die for violence or died directly, the killer attempts a will save. Distance is not a factor, but the killer must be on the same plane as you at the time you cast the spell. That's not a factor.
So wait, then is the will save situational?
Unless they happen to be on another plane at the moment you cast the spell, then...
I was thinking about the bit before that.
No, it just says they can attempt a will save to resist the effects.
Which they
Okay.
would, you know.
Yeah, automatically they would. But yeah, so so you've attempted to do this, and it may or may not have happened.
And we cannot do it again if you've on the same target.
Poppy, did you hear about me maybe putting some agents in markets and public places to look out for such a thing?
We specifically don't want to do that.
Why?
Why not?
If you have a guy that knows he did a thing and starts seeing people looking for him, then he's going to go into hiding. We want him to be out and about thinking he got away with it with his hands uncovered when he goes red, so we can ask people, hey, did you see anybody's hands go red? Instead of him more likely being in hiding.
Sure, I guess.
49 perception to look around the room, see if there's anything else, any clues that we might have not have seen already.
I'll roll perception as well.
You don't notice anything in particular. As you're looking at it, Stria is in something of an emotional state, and she's she's volunteering quite a bit of information to you. She says, everyone who interacted with him loved him, though of course there are those in this town who hate him for what he is.
I doubt this was a hate crime. I think it was just a serial killer.
Wow.
I don't know if that's even worse.
Was the previous murders also tieflings?
Related?
They were not.
Okay.
Are they related anyway? Could we roll a knowledge?
You could. Knowledge local.
What knowledge?
Before that,
Okay.
32 cents motive on her, does she seem on the up and up?
Yeah. This is a well-established public figure. You trust her implicitly.
Okay. Just to make sure, covering bases.
Yep.
I still don't
Local
understand what
31.
the up and up means.
Truthful. Good.
Not hiding anything.
Well, I mean, she's chaotic neutral, but you trust her implicitly.
Right, like in this instance, does she seem to be telling us the truth?
Oh yeah. It's not her. She's a plot critical NPC. She is not a villain.
Does she have spell resistance?
You don't know of any reason why she would.
That's funny.
Will we give her the chance to leave the room before we cast Speak with Dead because she's very affected by this already?
Maybe she'd have
No,
a good question to ask,
I should stay.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So 31 to know connections between all the victims?
Yeah.
Not only do you not know of any such connections, you're pretty you realize, it occurs to you, they lived pretty much directly across so this one lived in the Devil's Nursery, the other one lived directly across Old Cantargo, and the third one, while he was killed in Old Cantargo, actually lived up on the mainland.
I take out a map, and I want to start putting pins in death locations.
They are clustered around Old Cantargo. All of them have occurred in Old Cantargo because the Devil's Nursery is part of Old Cantargo.
Okay. Cool.
If I want to draw a pentagram with all these...
There's only 3 points. You would not
Yeah,
be...
it's only 3 points. We need 2 more points. Where do those 2 points should be to make a pentagram? It's not that hard.
They're already not such that you couldn't.
Right.
Okay, cool.
There's very specific instance of being able to do that.
They don't have to line up so that you could make a pentagram.
I'm just making sure because Jack the Ripper was an influence.
Yeah, the triangle they define looks kind of like this bottom one here.
Okay. Yeah.
So
they're not equidistant.
They're not equidistant from any point well, I think you could probably find a point mathematically, but that's not of significance.
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. It
So
is Jack
speak
the
with
Ripper,
dead.
though. Speak with dead. So you cast it. He will not attempt a will save because he senses that the person summoning him has a chaotic good aura in line with that of a powerful outsider.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, Kevin, that's true of you. Just so you know.
Mhm.
You're as a good outsider in that respect. Which I think you do at this point actually do count as a good outsider. I'm pretty sure.
Because true form.
Yeah, I know the template says you get the good subtype, and because it's Desna, you should get the chaotic subtype too. Which
Okay.
means Humam should get super smite against you.
Oh no.
Why? He's only,
Because he's
I'm
chaotic.
Smite.
He's a chaotic outsider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get super
I
smite against demons, Azatas, and Proteans.
That's awesome.
So I have to come with a plan to kill Humam since he's immune to slumber.
Yep. It's just getting worse and worse. I'm just countering you more and more.
So, he wakes up. Alright, so the guy, he wakes up as in his eyes open and he starts doing the babbling thing that Speak with Dead does.
Yeah, we remove the apple off his mouse, of course.
So, what do you say?
How many questions do we get, Kevin?
Look it up.
It's not talk. It's just ask a question, get an answer.
Minute per level. 1 question for 2
Oh.
caster levels.
Okay.
So 7 questions.
Cool.
Not it.
Okay. If you want to think about the 7 questions beforehand, you can. Though Commune is a little harsher about that. With this, you have some time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minute per level.
So 14 minutes.
Like talk about what questions we want to ask before casting it.
Yeah.
Basically, do you know, like, who killed you? Basically.
What, where, when, why, and how, and then 2 more, basically.
Well, we know half of those. I mean,
We think we know half of those.
We're not sure about that. Yeah.
So
I'd say who is the biggest? Like, we can spend at least 3 questions on who, because that's the biggest thing that we need to know.
Yeah, we have 2 extra questions, so we spent 3 on who.
right. So I'll start, and then you guys can yell at me before he answers the question.
No, they
to-
can't.
Well, I mean-
once you say it, it happens.
We decide beforehand, and then
Right. That's effectively the method of decision.
Okay.
There's a better one.
So suggestions. Basically, first off, my suggestion would be, who killed you? Can you do you know? Yeah, basically who.
The question should then be, do you know who killed you?
He would answer yes or no then.
But then if he gives you
Yeah.
who killed you, that could be a response of, it was Jimmy down the block. That could be.
A better one.
Right.
Or it was, I don't, maybe they give you before and say it was a dwarf with a mustache, something.
Yeah. Speak with Dead do not have to be yes or no questions like Commune does.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, but we
Um,
ask, do you know who killed you? The answer is yes or no.
But if you
Right.
just know,
So
but
who killed you is the general question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open-ended
Yep.
questions are what you want here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So-
then he'll
So
answer
we
to
can
the
get
best of
as
his
much
ability.
information.
Right. So let's do that first. Who
Okay.
killed you?
I never saw.
Can you tell us anything about the person that killed you?
He was invisible the whole time. I didn't see the door open for him to come in. Not even without anyone there.
Question suggested: should we ask about if the guy had like talons or like long nails or like rough skin?
So can you tell?
'Cause it was probably handled by the killer.
Sorry. So something about like maybe like, can you describe what he attacked you with? Basically, like any just a over general form question like that.
I didn't see his weapon any more than I saw him. I felt a stabbing pain in my back, collapsed, was picked up, placed on the counter, and then something unseen stripped me, severed my limbs. I died while my torso was being skinned.
Okay, you see how he was carried and then he was stripped, so he probably felt the skin of the killer. How was it like?
Well,
You've asked,
I'd like to.
we've done 3 so far, other than Humam's.
I can only think of 2.
Who killed you?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about them? And what did they kill you with?
And what?
Yes.
Mom,
Yeah, you're right.
The answer to your question would be part of what can you tell us about them, so I'll go ahead and add that retroactively.
Thank you.
His hands were cold and thin and bony. It felt like they maybe had claws.
Okay. So this is not asking the question. We're having a discussion now.
Right.
So he said he went through without opening the door, which made me think ethereal. But he was actually able to lift him up, which out of character. Can ethereal creatures really do that, or are they like ghostly?
Ethereal creatures are as limited by their etherealness as non-ethereal creatures. So ethereal creatures can no more interact with material things than the reverse.
Right, that's what I figured.
Okay.
So that kind of contradicts in my mind. So those two things, I'm not really sure where to go from there.
Okay.
It
Then I
can't be that
suppose.
he lifted him while he was ethereal. That is impossible.
Right. So maybe it was teleportation and not etherealness.
Yeah, or gaseous form or something. There are 1,000 ways to get in unseen and without opening the doors.
Yeah.
So then the next question should be, this is the discussion, not actually asking it, what sounds this person heard between him being put on the table and when he was stabbed. Effectively, type of footsteps.
Just describe the scene of your death.
So sounds. Or.
Does anybody want to disagree with me there?
That's
I think describe is a better question, just so he can give us more information, not just sounds.
Well, I specifically want sounds because then we can get an idea of if this was a heavy set person or if they were a light set person, if he heard footsteps at all, if he heard maybe 2 people, that type of thing.
I could answer your question, Humam, but I mean, just partially because of my own human fallibility, I'm not going to think of everything if you don't specifically ask for it, and I don't want to tell you everything.
That is definitely fine. I was asking maybe if it's in the module.
Yeah, I definitely don't want "tell me everything" to be a valid question, for instance.
Yeah,
because he's not exactly like a perfect witness.
Right.
That's a fucked up thing to happen to someone. He's going to be a little bit, up because of it.
So then, unless anybody wants to contradict me, I will go with that.
It seems like a reasonable, since that's his most reliable sense that he could use for most of it.
I don't remember.
Go ahead.
I don't remember any footsteps. There was the sound of the knives and of carving as he did what he did. He laughed.
Okay, so the laughter is why that the victim knows it's a male, unless other things preventing that of a disguised nature.
His laughter was... It was wrong. It wasn't how anything should laugh. It was... inhuman.
Okay.
From an RP standpoint, I know that that's how they would describe it, but I hate that description so much.
You are not human, so you know.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is it could be like a sentient bird creature that actually has an inhuman laugh, or it's described like the victim is describing something humanoid laughing that just sounds unreasonable because people don't laugh maniacally when they're murdering somebody.
That's sort of what he means. Like I'll make it clear to you. What he means. It's more along the lines of that, and sort of along the lines of, if you guys have listened to Welcome to Night Vale, there's this moment when the main character Cecil sees a picture of a guy, and he starts to talk about how disturbing his smile is, and then he suddenly goes, "That's not a smile." That's what I'm going for when I say.
Okay. Good.
It's like, that's not a laugh.
So 37 planes. I can do other knowledges. That's the first thing that came to mind. To get an idea of the type or subtype of this creature, what that might be.
With a 37.
Okay, so just the information that we know, so you could know what to tell us. We have bony hands, cold bony hands, has the ability to go invisible, inhuman laugh, male, claws, maybe red-handed since the spell, needle or claw for the weapon, and it has corrosive.
And maybe it's flying because it didn't make any sound when it walked.
Right, but unless it was supernatural flight, it would have like a whooshy sound.
Yeah, but it can float without using the wings.
Yeah.
Okay, forgive me. It's going to take me a second to look up all the different outsiders so that I make sure to mix the right answer in with them.
Do we want to call a break then?
If that is a valid choice of a thing to do.
I don't specifically need it, but I think it'd be a good time for you to work on that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. 10 minutes and then some, depending on how long it takes. DM?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have
Back shortly.
Writing down evidence, so that's nice. Is anybody here?
I am. I'm just standing up,
Cool.
going through these.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna straight up go through, because I really do need to get through the outsider races. If I'm not going to not give more information than a knowledge should have, I'm gonna have to basically give like all the wrong answers.
You could just say it's this type of outsider and just describe it generally without giving name.
Yeah, but I want to overwhelm you with possibilities because that'll create a certain tone.
Okay.
You know what a cool spell would be like? Something that you can be cast alongside another spell to know if it succeeded or not.
Like a swift action first level spell.
Yeah. Or a that could be a meta magic spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or a meta magic feat. Yeah.
Yeah, a meta magic feat which is, for an absolute fact, if it succeeded or not.
Yep. I feel like a second spell would be better.
Okay. So I'm gonna go through these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it by alphabetical. The different races of outsider are gonna be in alphabetical order. I'm gonna go through the list and I'm gonna just mention off the ones that match a specific point and description of the description you were given. That is.
Cool.
Let's see. I might miss some. If I do, then congratulations, that's free information. Because I know the right answer is in here. Is Leon back?
I have not heard him.
Not yet.
Okay.
He's still muted, so he's not back.
By the way, did anyone see Downsizing?
What's that?
Oh, that's a movie with Matt Damon.
Describe it to me.
It's about a guy who there's this process where people can shrink down to be like 3 inches tall, something like that. And the idea is that the amount of money you need to live is drastically reduced. So like $1,000 would be the equivalent of $50,000 because you only need a graham cracker a day or less, and you're fine.
I'm back.
What's the what is it called? Like the problem in a story?
Oh, the conflict. That's the point.
Conflict.
It's a really fucking crazy movie. There's like no plot whole movie.
What is it?
Downsizing.
Never heard of it.
The Matt Damon one. I don't know if you saw where he shrinks down to little dude.
So, like, is there a problem with?
Is everybody back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Cool.
start going through possibilities, because there's actually quite a few to cover, and I don't want to give you extra information by process of elimination. I'm going to go. I'm going through the evil outsider races in alphabetical order, as they're listed on the thing, and yeah. You won't hear anything from Bestiary 6 because that wasn't out yet, so the answer isn't in there.
Okay.
So we'll start with daemons. One thing that occurs to you is Durko daemons. They are They personify death resulting from violent insanity, such as being murdered by a maniac or torn to shreds by a pack of rabid predators. A rack of rabid redditors. They're insectoid in nature. They often scavenge battlefields and follow the trail of violence on worlds. They hunt the weak and the dying alongside the fringe of battles, feeding off victims' suffering until they make their kill. They often come with a cloud of biting insects. They are brutish and low in intellect. They are also large-sized, which it's not impossible, but you don't feel like a large-sized creature would be comfortable in this room.
I also feel like a creature like that would not use a weapon.
Well, we do know it's either a claw or a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there aren't many, natural weapon type things that use acid.
Yeah, these creatures' claws do not do acid damage, though it is possible that it has an amulet of mighty fists.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Or the gloves do acid damage.
That's true.
So
I'm putting them maybe next to it on my notepad.
Hydrodamons remind you of the cold hands, but not really anything else. And they do, I believe, have claws. Yes. Though they have a bite attack as well.
Any description you want to give us of the Hydrodemons?
They're basically giant evil frogs. Giant enemy frogs. They have wicked their dead eyes and wicked claws give away their fiendish nature. They are aquatic primarily in nature. You are in a coastal area. Though it would be unusual for them to venture this far from the water just to perform a murder.
Right.
Leucodemons remind you of the bony bit. They are deacons of plague. They serve the horsemen. They serve the horsemen of pestilence. They are large, as are hydrodemons. Melodemons are demons of starvation. So it is conceivable that ties into the food theme of this murder, though this guy was also a chef. So it could have been that was just about what was around. They indeed have claws and are definitely intelligent enough to use weapons. They personify death from starvation and thirst, so they might indeed have cold, bony hands. They're not especially known for maniacal laughter, but it's not inconceivable. Wouldn't be one of those. Wouldn't be one of those. Thanodemons serve the horseman of death. They are literally skeletons, so bony hands would make sense. They represent primarily death from old age. And they don't have any natural weapons at all, so they would always use an artificial weapon. Wait, I'm wrong, they have 2 claws. They do not intrinsically do acid damage. Daemons from Bestiary 3. Crucidaemons are represent death from traps and torture. They spend their existence subjecting creatures to an eternity of pain and terror. Whereas many daemons are quick to feed on the soul of mortals they capture, they let their victims linger, marinating their souls in torment and pain so that when the time for feeding finally comes, they welcome their final oblivion with tears of gratitude. They do not have claws, but are known for using bladed weapons.
I'd like to rule that one out by default.
Actually, could we ask him if he was tortured and then delivered to death?
Yes, he was tortured. He was tortured.
He died just, like, if they allow... They could have allowed him to stay alive more. They just didn't care. They were just, using him as a body.
He just kind of did. I mean, he made the choice. I'll give you this bit. The critter has levels in assassin, and the death attack of an assassin they can choose to paralyze or to kill instantly. He chose to paralyze so that the guy wouldn't die until he had a chance to feel pain from some of this.
Mm-hmm. I am ruling that last one out specifically because he wasn't
ruling it out as well.
Yeah. Well, daemons eat souls. They don't eat the bodies of their victims.
Okay, sure.
Volna daemons, not really. Demodans. Shaggy Demodans would have been... You would have heard that in the description of the texture. Same with Slimy, same with Tari. So none of them sound like good fits. Demons. Babao. This emaciated figure looks like a horned human skeleton, smothered within a bone-tight hide of slimy leather. Babaos are, they are specifically the demons of psycho killing.
So we roll that out?
No, that's not a... That's what just happened, so that is not a reason to lure that out. This is...
Oh, psycho, not psychic. Okay.
Yeah, and
this,
everything.
This and the daemon from earlier are probably your two best options so far. The daemon earlier that represents maniacal killing. It is entirely within a Babao's character to do exactly this kind of thing. To kill a person in a gruesome or horrific way, and then, they do have claws, but also are entirely intelligent enough to use weapons.
They use a spear, I think.
By default, yes, but of course, if this is a unique one, and it is a unique version of whatever kind of creature it is, it does not necessarily use the weapons that its stat block, that the
it was
default version
just
of it does.
to point out that they do use weapons.
Yeah, they can use weapons.
Remind me though, was this was a pinhole entry wound, right?
It was not a pinhole, but
it was circular and not like a fully bladed weapon, right?
Oh no, it was a fully bladed weapon.
Okay, can I roll to see if I know about the Red Mantis cult?
You may.
Okay, local?
Yes.
$35.
You don't see any telltale signs of serration on the wound.
Okay, good.
Which makes you think it wasn't a sawtooth saber. Other than a Babao, so I said they're assassins, murderers, and sadists. They use stealth. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you're selling this really well. Okay.
And I'm just scrolling through them now.
Kevin, do you have augury or that other thing?
I have potential for any spell. I have limited wish available, so.
Oh well, shit.
I mean, it's expensive, so I would don't use it willy-nilly. But I have. If I don't have it, if we don't have it as one of our spells, I can get it.
Yeah.
Nabasus are bat-like, clawed cannibalism demons, who are specifically associated with cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
They come from the souls of evil gluttons, and are also associated with undeath.
Okay.
Let's see.
Lore spirit. That's the one that I get my free. Automatic rating.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it would be useful.
Divination of 90% effectiveness.
Vrox are wrath demons who have claws. They're bird-like. They embody rage, hatred, and violence. They're known for being grotesquely opportunistic and to delight in bloodshed, relishing in the sounds and sensations of ripping the still pulsing entrails from a living husk.
Okay, so we could do divination twice. I can get 2 divinations. 1 for who did the killing, and 2 for where are they?
Yeah. Though, will who give us a description or just like a name?
It will give you a cryptic poem, which will have the answer hidden inside of it. I'm not gonna give you the answer.
No, but I mean, my general question was, would it be better to ask what did the killing instead of who? And then, since we're getting a location...
Those are 2 different questions which will give you 2 different answers. Bone devils are, of course, would have cold, bony hands. They have claws. They have the ability to make themselves invisible whenever they want, intrinsically.
Mm-hmm.
Their stings are poisonous.
I stopped writing after Nabasu demons. Could you tell me what the other one after it?
Bone devils. You've met a bunch of those. In this campaign, you've met a lot of bone devils. They're one of the basic kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Bone devils are normally the inquisitors of hell.
My call, honestly, is like Thana demons. So far, from the information we have.
Okay, so taking these demons in total, is there any place? Okay, like just the entire class of demons. Is there a on this plane? Are there a place where they would gather?
Other than for demons in particular, the world wound would be the most specific answer you would get to that. For devils, Cheliax. For chitons, Nidal. Chitons wouldn't laugh maniacally.
I'm pretty sure they're devils, just because, devils are in Cheliax and in Cantargo.
Yeah, it's thematically reasonable. Kevin, do you want to do your righty thing?
So after Bone Devil, what do we have?
Still looking. I'm now on divs.
I say, can we? This is way too much. We're never going to guess with all these. Let's do.
That's rather the point.
Yeah.
The point is to overload you with information so that you don't just pick out the answer.
Right.
Okay.
Could you tell me just all the devils at least after we're done?
So, Akash divs have claws and would have bone-like cold hands. They are the embodiments of the evil eye, are to do with hags, witches, that kind of thing. That whole ethos. Let's see. Too big, too small, too big. Pyraka divs have claws, pertain to debased pleasures, though you're not sure that their hands would be bony.
So what kind of thing are we talking about now? Like devils or what are we?
Divs. Div is a separate evil outsider race from the main 3.
Okay, Div. 1 sec. I'd say just stop wasting other people's time, but after the session maybe, if we haven't solved it in this session.
One other that I want to give you is Proteans. You do not associate them with claws or murder, but with maniacal laughter, you definitely do. And Sakils as well, but out of respect to Humam, I will not list them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So Kevin, you want to do your thing?
Okay. First, pieces might tell us more information.
You still have 3 questions left.
Yep.
We'll have to use those before I cast divination.
From speak with. Well, you'll want to. I mean, you'll run
Yeah,
out
it
of
has a time limit on it.
Yeah.
The divination will take too long.
Yeah.
For...
So you have 3 speak with dead questions left. Which you have my permission to look up the stat blocks of all of the outsiders I listed.
Oh, thank you.
Because you would have time. Don't factor that into the questions you ask, so don't do it right now, Humam. But after the session, you'll have access to libraries and shit. So in between sessions, you can research those specifically.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
I can't think of anything else to ask.
No, probably go with your best choice.
Did he have any enemies that would want him harm? Someone he owes money?
That's a good point. If you had to guess, who do you think killed you?
So those are 2 different questions. I'll go ahead and accept both of them. I can't think of everyone. I think I was popular enough. I don't know who would have hated me that much. If I had to guess someone, I mean, someone associated with Thrun or an anti-Tiefling bigot. The mayor, Chilia, she has made some comments. But I can't imagine her doing this.
One question I want to ask, but I want to suggest is, have you met any new characters? Have any new characters entered your life recently? Just to know if he knows the person who killed him, or was it just a random?
That could be a good question, but as a chef, that could happen on the daily.
Yeah, I'm talking like, have you like met a new character in your life recently? Added someone to your contacts kind of list?
No.
Of acquaintances. Okay.
And that's 7.
Even though that was, even though that was a suggestion, and I said that before saying it, but okay.
Well, you clearly were struggling to use the last 3 up, so.
Yeah, it's okay. I just don't want to waste any things on my stupidity, because, you know, me.
That is what's the word?
It's funny how I'm the best. Yeah, it's funny how I'm the best person and the worst person at the same time in my eyes.
I don't know where you got the idea that you're the best person, but okay.
In my eyes, dude. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So for now, let's do the divination.
Okay. First would be, where is the killer?
Okay, that's going to be a poem. Because that would otherwise just give you the answer.
Wouldn't they just say Kintargo?
I'm not going to be that much of a dick.
Somewhere on Galarian.
I don't know, dude. The gay people have really big dicks.
So,
we won't go there again with the dick
this
dogs.
this is automatic writing, right?
Yeah.
Does it specify that it's words and text and shit? Because
Divination gives you something. It's remarkably versatile and vague, and flexible for me.
I'm just
roll the percentile die, by the way.
I've seen automatic writing done on maps before too. Is why I asked.
So 90% chance of success this is supposed to have.
Yeah, it's for the
So-
class skill. Yeah.
1 is the one that would make it fail.
Okay, are we gonna get the poem like next session? So should we go do the alliance now?
Yeah,
Unless you want to go prepare it right now.
I'm not. Yeah, no, and I'm not going to do that. It's
I wonder why you did the plot hook if you're not.
because I wanna trickle these in so that when you get to the meat of it, it's
Okay,
established.
sure. Just if we want to do any other divination, just so we can work on them all together, not 2
so
weeks.
It would be in succession, so it would probably either be something along the lines of who is the murderer or what is the murderer. With the two, like,
Those are both valid. I can for who is the murderer, I can give you the answer right now. What is the murderer? I would need a poem.
Okay, let's take the who.
Okay, you will be receiving a full name. Let's see. Let me get the full name.
You know, we're going to be visiting somebody who's a cleric of Desnosun, and
First,
they love
10%
their travel.
chance. Okay.
Be entertainingly possible to convince them to help us with this.
okay, and then do an 84% chance of success for what?
Okay. 1 second.
I'll cast that as an actual spell.
I'll roll a D100.
He's been rolling with all his puppy roll.
Okay.
So
I just thought that I was busy.
D100, I guess 1 through 14 will be fail.
Why is it 1 through 14?
This is through a spell, not through my class ability.
Okay, what's the chance?
86% chance of success.
Oh, 86.
Or 80. Sorry, no, it's 84% chance of success.
Okay, so it's 16.
16.
1 through
is-
16.
yeah, 1 through 16. Is chance.
Okay. 1D100. Whoops.
Damn. That sucks.
Mangfoon?
Roll knowledge history.
Anyone?
Not it.
Don't have it.
Is there a version of Kevin with it?
14.
Burb.
24
Oh, yes.
for Burb.
Of course.
Okay.
Probably
So-
still not enough, but oh well.
So, you all know who Meng Foon is, just like everyone knows who Jack the Ripper is.
Mhm.
So, Meng Foon was a, he is an infamous serial killer. Cantargo is kind of known for having serial killers, to be perfectly honest. There was one back in the second module.
Yeah.
He was the first. He was the one who founded that trend. He, I should mention, has been dead for decades, first and foremost. However, in his day, he was the darling professor at the Alabaster Academy. His lectures on anatomy were standing room only events that drew audience members from beyond the walls of the academy, from far beyond the walls of the academy. He maintained a public facade as the perfect gentleman scholar, all while by night committing grisly and creative murders.
How was the murder solved in his previous pursuits?
So, I'm checking that part.
We should just resurrect whoever caught him the first time and, be done with it.
Somebody didn't kill him hard enough.
It's funny because he's an assassin, and assassins who kill usually don't resurrect.
We could do a Strep to Scrying.
Yeah.
It would be DC 22 with 5 +5 on the save.
He was captured and it doesn't go into detail about how he was captured and exposed as the Temple Hill Slasher. It does say, however, his trial and execution were swift. So the community was shocked by the fact that this darling professor turned out to be the serial killer who had been plaguing them. His trial was made quick work of.
Was he buried? Was he, like, incinerated? What up?
He was buried.
Catacombs, unknown, unmarked.
It doesn't. It's not important.
Well, we could go check the grave. Is it empty or not?
You could probably find his grave.
Okay. Is it empty or does it still has a body in it?
So you go there?
Probably, unless you're not prepared for it, puppy.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I don't want to inconvenience you.
I've got a BRB real quick. Family just came in.
Okay, so that's a good chance for us to do it. So we go to where he was buried.
You guys do what you need to do.
I assume it's a he, since it's a doctor, and
Yeah,
most
it
females
is.
can't become doctors.
Well, I mean, that's your country.
Okay, I'm sorry, puppy. That was a joke.
Yeah, it is a he, and there's a body in his grave.
Could we do a health check to know how old this body is?
It is fucking old. It is the correct
Of
age.
appropriate age? Okay.
Roughly, I mean, it's a skeleton by now.
Okay, yeah.
So, I don't know if it's a knowledge check or what, but if an evil person dies, do they become devils, or is that like not how that works?
Give me planes again.
Planes plus.
I know planes, and Torstep has planes as well.
Yep.
12, so 8 another.
24, 26 with another.
28 if we're adding another.
Often it is the case that evil people who die wind up becoming evil outsiders. However, they lose their memories in the process of this, so it would be one motherfucker of a coincidence for a guy who had stalked this area in life to just happen to wind up back here as an evil outsider.
But the name we got was the same name, right?
Yeah, it was.
Under the trial, was there any sort of enchantment effect on him? Or like possession? Because maybe it was like a demon who possessed somebody and then came back right now and possessed somebody else.
It could be a copycat, another person who just calls.
That's the highest possibility right now. But I'm asking if there's like a demon possession.
You've never heard of that. Heard that idea before, that he was possessed when he did what he did.
Like, did he deny his crimes and all that stuff? I say let the idea fester and let's go make an alliance. Anybody opposed?
No, it's okay.
Because, you know, just within the week for us to think about the crimes and stuff like that.
You mentioned the idea of scrying, which...
Oh, yeah.
If you still have the spells for that, you could do.
Yeah.
It's like 16 DC.
Do we have everything we need for that?
Yeah. It would be a well, depending on it's a 22 DC with a +5 on the save for only being like familiar, or being just not familiar. Just having heard of them.
Yeah. There is also spell resistance once again.
Okay. That would be.
Does that even apply? Well, you fail.
God damn it.
Natural ones on spell resistance aren't auto fails.
Why was your bonus before a plus 13 and now it's a plus 22?
It jumped up a couple levels ago. I have the ability to add charisma to my spell resistance checks.
No, I'm talking about like this session.
Okay.
The
That
spell
was
before.
that was Zenray.
Oh, okay.
So, it works.
So give us a will save.
I'm back.
That's what I just did. Will save was a natural 1.
What I miss?
Yes! We scried on him. We scried on the motherfucker.
Okay, cool.
So,
Could you describe what scrying is? Can I like see him as well, or is it just Kevin?
It's in a mirror. So
which
I'm not
spell?
sure.
The scry that we're just doing.
Just regular scrying.
Yes, the way scrying works is there's a mirror and you use it as a view screen.
Cool. So Seek the Taken is gonna work.
So, yeah. Well, so I will say I am not prepared for you to use Seek the Taken. So,
Shit.
let me see if they would have an answer to scrying. Just double check that to be sure that.
Maybe they're like under a curtain of water. Because I remember
I
that's
will
one
check.
way.
That information would most likely be in the description of their lair, so I'm just gonna peek at that.
Natural ones are a delight.
I'll remember you said
Not when
that.
you get them yourself.
I actually got a nat 1 on my spell resistance check and I still made it.
Mhm.
That plus charisma to spell resistance was worth the. That's the main reason I took Evangelist was that's a really nice thing at high level.
Yeah.
Because it's a was it +8 for me. And then charisma works for other things as well, so it all fits together.
What's the shaman ability modifier?
Wisdom.
So you have a +8 in charisma and how much in wisdom?
+10.
What are you on?
What?
What are you on?
What do you mean? What am I on?
Like drugs?
He's on angel dust.
Damn.
So yeah, I don't see anything here which would imply that scrying shouldn't work if he's in his lair. So yeah, you see what is clearly a Babao demon.
Ooh, that was my favorite.
Was that the tortury one?
That's the serial killer demon.
That's the one I thought. The one that Leon dismissed. That's the one I thought.
No.
Yeah, that
this
is
was
the one we dismissed.
Leon. This was the one. This was not the one.
Oh no, this is the one I put an extra maybe next to on my note. So it's one of the two choices that I put extra maybe on it.
So, you just see him. Let's see. You see him. I'm not actually sure exactly what he'd be doing, but you see him not doing anything of extreme importance in his lair.
What does his right hand look like?
His entire body is red, but his right hand is a different shade of red.
Surprised that worked.
It worked.
Okay. Roll 1d20 plus 51 perception to see all that's in godly existence.
Oh.
Or ungodly existence.
Let me figure out which room he'd be in.
Can I do a perception to mark the spot to have something to teleport to later?
It's a scene once now. You know.
I think it's a scene.
Yeah,
once.
but I don't want to accidentally materialize inside a crate or something.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen.
So I need an open space for 5 or 6 creatures.
Yeah, it's definitely worth taking a look at. I'll share the mirror with you.
So let's not do Seek the Taken, puppy.
Or well, the alternative, and I said this is a possibility anyway, would be just that I would end here.
We didn't do any combat. Okay.
Some sessions don't have any combat in them.
Correct.
Well, do you want to fast forward to dealing with that person, the cleric person? Or is that also too much?
I mean, it's a matter, you choose what order you do things in. At this point.
Well, we've got 2 paths we could take if this one's unprepared and the other one is.
So the choice is either leave the serial killer loose and go do an alliance. That's not a really good choice.
No, we would focus on immediate getting justice probably.
Okay, so next session
agree,
we'll just do it.
But if it's not prepared,
could we do like a post clip? You know, like we did this. What if we die in this one? What if we die to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I've done that before, but never something this significant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just end, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's just do a PvP. Let's go, Leon.
If you want, yeah. If we want to do a little more, I did. But the thing, I mean, we could do some stuff with Belkson. Real quick.
Sure.
We don't have a Darby though.
Yeah.
Well, you make a good point. We are kind of in separate places, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Y'all teleported?
Yeah.
Right.
No, you all got teleported.
Yeah.
I don't think I leveled yet. No, I didn't. But
I don't think I did either.
I was gonna do that this weekend if I had time.
Level with Belkson?
Yep, it's level 7, right?
Oh,
Or are we level 8?
I typed B level 7 in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I already leveled.
No, I'm still level 6, so I didn't.
Yeah, I'm also level 6.
Yep, still level 6.
Well, that's okay, because we just teleported, so do we need a safe location to level up, or do you just do that on the fly?
You can just level.
We do
I mean,
that
you can
on
just
the fly.
level up wherever.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it mid-session, dude. Mid-combat,
The
even.
exception would be spells, which you have to at least have 15 minutes to prepare any new spells.
Yeah. You'll.
I haven't
Yeah.
done that.
The way I treat that is you get the slots right away, and if you're a preparing caster, then you would need to stop to prepare the couple extra ones you just got, as if you, just like how you can leave some unprepared at the beginning of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Which, by the way, smart people do that because it allows versatility.
Yeah, I leave like a third for mine now, just because it's not maybe a fourth, because they come in handy, especially for days like this.
If
don't
we're
have
going
enough
to
to
argue
live for
that,
it.
then I also want to argue those casters have to do that because they're not sorcerers.
Sorcerers are spontaneous casters.
Yeah, sorcerers can just cast their new spells now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorcerers just get it. That's just one of the benefits of being a sorcerer.
Yep.
Is when you level up mid-session. It's more convenient.
Yep. So what do you want to do? Do you want to do one of us, 2 of us, none of us, all of us?
Okay. So what I'll do then is I will turn off the stream so we can move over.
Yep. I want to ask, does it do lines properly in Hex? Or
No, it does not, by any means. Nor can it handle Advanced Fog of War, so I'm just gonna turn that the fuck off.
Yeah, I don't touch the advanced version.
seems to snap to the center of the hexes.
Well, I was talking about actually drawing lines. So if you take the brush
Oh,
and try and draw
It
a
can't
polygon line.
It can't handle
gotcha.
them.
I see what you're saying.
But you can see all of the others.
Yeah,
So let me check.
it really does that badly, doesn't it?
Let me check. All players could see light is unchecked on Leon, or not on Leon, on Kevin.
I can see whoever's there.
Okay, you can see. You can see 3 others?
I can only see one.
I can see Torsev, and I can still control his thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay. That's the problem.
Oh, that could be
then.
why. Yeah.
That's because everybody can.
Yeah, that's the problem. So I'm gonna fix
Yeah.
that.
I can see only mine.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
You left me all alone.
Oh, so you all think I'm dead?
I'm guessing this isn't to scale
No, it's not. These aren't
because
5-foot
it's
squares.
my travel map style.
No, these are 100 feet.
Okay.
So can be controlled, edited by. Oh, there's Tor. Okay, that's as it should. Did it go away?
I can still see Kevin's dead character and Dorsev's character.
Okay, then there's. I don't know what the fuck to do
Oh,
then.
he just disappeared.
It just resetted then.
Yep. So now I can only see Kevin's character.
Okay, it occurs to me I do.
Because I can move it around.
Okay, if you did just move it around, please undo that.
I didn't. I just have it selected.
Okay, so let's see. I'll just yeah, that's specific to you. I need to give I need to make Quist viewable by the puppy turtle for the purposes of the stream, so that the stream can see all of you.
Yep.
Okay. So his should be good. I've got Humam's, so Ernst. Yeah, Ernst should be good. So all of you should only see yourselves. Is that not the case?
Yep.
That's the case.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me, I will be on the GM overlay, and I will be adding, I shouldn't say hazard, they're encounter spaces. Just designating a few more as that. So I'm just going to get an initiative order. It's arbitrary. You will be moving 1 square at a time because that it'll matter. I realize that's a little slow. I'm going to put on the swamp music.
Mhm.
And I'm going to mute the other tab because that's going to create a jackass echo.
Mhm.
Though in the context of the swamp, that's not as bad. So Kevin needs a thing.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
This is arbitrary, so here, nonetheless, I have a stat block. The vampire got teleported, so let me Nope. Obey me, phone. Not you too.
Probably I'm sending you something in Discord private. Take a look at it after we're done here, or right now. Take your time. Just for my next feed or something, maybe.
Okay. So. It's like, yeah, and then, nope. And then, Those two move as a unit. So, Quist, you find yourself in the swamp.
Yeah.
You're outside. You see and hear swampiness around you.
Sorry.
I'm all alone, so my first order of business would be to go invisible. So I'm activating invisibility on myself.
All right. You'll still have plenty of time to move.
Yeah. Have I any notion about where we teleported from? Which the dungeon is?
You do not know where you are relative to the dungeon. You don't know if it's right or left or up or down.
Yeah. I will move what I presume is south down here.
Okay.
One move, and that was that.
Okay, move yourself. It does correctly snap to the hexes. It's at least...
So is one hex one move, or?
Yes, because otherwise it kind of winds up mattering.
Yeah. So I did a spell and moved.
Okay. Vampire moves. He knows what way to go, and he... Landir, you've experienced a second resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
You hate and find unholy. What has happened to you?
I have scars that are demonic and filled in with
Yes.
abhorrent flesh and all that. Okay, so looking around, do I see anything of where I should go?
You can make a survival check.
Survival is +1.
You pretty much immediately to the south of you, you're sort of on the edge of the swamp, which makes you think that the temple should be maybe to the north, like to the north of you. You couldn't say east or west or neither.
Okay, so it's 11 survival, 21 perception. If I think it's north, then I'll roll a d2. 1 is left. So I go to the north right.
Okay.
Okay.
It occurs to me, rather than designate a bunch of squares as having encounters in them, I'm just going to roll a chance each time.
I thought about that. I actually like seeing the peppering on the map, but each zone.
Okay.
Survival 24. To which way is town?
You feel like town is to the south of you.
Okay. 1 square then would be this one.
Okay.
Next.
I'm just not going to bother with those. Kufoth.
I'll do survival.
Okay.
Let me check what a survival is for my bonus. It's a +10. I am an idiot. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! God damn. 18. I hate all of you.
That's okay.
We hate you too. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know that the town is... You know what way the town is geographically. It's to the south. It's down.
Start going down. Want to start rolling, or after I finish my movement?
I will roll. Okay. They'll become more likely as time goes on. Don't just one movement, bro.
Whoops, sorry.
Okay, back one more, because...
Can I do another? Oh, it's only one movement per...
Yes, one, because it's
turn?
100 feet.
Oh, okay. So, I'm here.
Fine.
I'm south as possible. No.
So... Quist.
So is it a knowledge geography to figure out where the town, or is it just a survival?
You know where town is. The problem is knowing where you are, and that's a more survival thing.
Yeah. So I can try a survival and hope for good luck and do a move according to that.
Okay.
That could have been better.
You're just not sure.
Keep moving south then.
Okay.
Done.
Landir.
I'll move to the left this time.
All right. You experience a random encounter.
Dun dun dun.
Let me get the my table up. Okay. Interesting. All right then. Give me a survival check as you move.
6.
So you're walking along, and you find as you approach a certain patch of land that as you put your weight on it, your foot sinks into the ground, and then you fall forward into the quicksand.
Oh no, my worst fear as a child.
Wow, you're a pussy, dude.
Is there a save involved?
Well,
There
quicksand
is not.
was overpopularized in cartoons in the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
What you can do is make a swim check to get to the edge, and a strength check to pull yourself out.
Okay.
And if you fail either of these, you'll be stuck in place for...
Okay, so swim and...
Or dead again.
I don't want to die again. Or do it, but I don't. I wanted to help my friends more than I want to be dead. This is swim, 15 swim.
That is good enough.
And then...
that's enough for you to get to the edge.
Okay, and then strength, not quite as good, but hopefully enough.
You got a +2. You aren't able to pull yourself out.
Okay. But I'm able to at least, like, hold?
Yes.
Okay.
Ernst.
I'm still laboring under the belief that Southish is town, so I'm going Southish.
Kufath.
Could I do a perception check to see what's around me?
Sure. You see what you think might be the steeple, just not far to the south of you. The entrance to the dungeon you were in.
I'm gonna start screaming in Orcish for Kevin. Landir.
Everyone roll perception.
Okay. Where's my perception?
Whoops. Not mean to do that.
Did my vision just go to shit?
You hear Quist. You hear a scream in the distance to perhaps your northwest, but you aren't able to make out who it is or what they're saying.
Okay.
I don't know if he speaks Orcish.
Noted.
Okay. If 19 is perception,
Yes.
then same, but for you it's to the northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
And I'm calling your name. And
But
it's
you
me.
don't-
I'm calling my
Yes.
name and your name.
You don't, but Landir, you can't quite make out that much information.
Okay. I hear screaming. I'm looking for friends. I'm going towards the screaming.
Ernst,
Could
same,
you scream back?
Mhm.
but to your west.
I'm stuck.
Anybody who's gonna respond?
It's too bad they're dying.
On their turn.
Well, it's a free action to shout, so you know. If you're not gonna roll it like that, I'm just gonna delay my movement then.
Just on their turn. Quist.
Yeah, so I'm invisible and someone's shouting, so I'm moving towards the noise, but I'm not making myself heard, because then what would be the point of invisibility? So I will move northwestish.
Alright. Alright. So, as you go, make a perception.
Yeah, well, 13.
You are going to wind up in a combat, and you,
Oops.
as you move through the swamp, see a large praying mantis.
Can they see him though?
Probably have scent or something.
Okay, I am moving to. Let me make sure that that area is hidden. But the correct area I need hidden is hidden. All right. So south. So to the southwest, or no, south bottom right corner, you should see yourself.
Yeah, I got me.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an initiative on this thing. It looks like it has its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be one-on-one, so I'm just going to, let's see. They can't beat that, so I'm just going to have them go second, and not track it on the order. It is giant praying mantis.
Is this creature capable of flight?
Yes, but it's not any good at it.
So my reaction would be basically to try and fly away from it. I'm invisible and such, so I'm hoping it can't see me
Yeah.
other than scent, so I will...
That's a good point. It has no idea you're there.
Yeah, so I will just try to fly away from it.
Fair enough. Landier, make a strength check.
Alright. 19, hopefully that's good enough.
It is. You're out, but you don't get to move this round.
Okay, can I spit out the quicksand and call out to...
Yes.
Okay. I shout, I'm over here!
Okay. You guys hear a voice coming from... Here's abouts. Ernst.
Could I do my delayed movement?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ernst.
Somebody is getting their ass fucked, and I do not want to be part of the monster that is eating them. I've moved far.
Okay. Kufoth.
There we go. That's it.
And random encounter.
Yay. Could somebody do the when you meet a Pokemon on the long grass theme?
Funny you should mention that.
Oh, that's right. You said we were going to fight Pokemon, didn't you?
Yes! Me with my 4 strength are gonna fight Pokemon.
So let's see. Looks like there's... I don't see a U. Let's see. So yeah, this is gonna be one-on-one because... Oh, there you are. So we go down here, but is not a mantis. Whoops.
You done goofed.
Is not a mantis. Is this critter.
I'm not even remotely sure what I'm looking at.
You shouldn't see anything because... Or I don't know that you should see anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't see anything. It should be black for you.
Well, he's here, and the thing's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can
then
see
you're
stuff.
seeing
Yeah.
that I think he emits light. It's fine for you to spectate. So
I can see as well, so we're just sitting and giving comments.
Yeah. So Kufoth, roll initiative.
True. Initiative 7. Great.
Okay. Let's see. No, not you. All
I have
right.
half a mind to get like additional traits and get 2 traits of the +2 initiative.
You cannot have the same trait twice.
Yeah, it's not the same trait. Different trait, different. Oh, it's a trait bonus, so yeah. Go ahead.
So, it wins.
No shit.
So, upon noticing you, though I will let you make a stealth check to prevent that, firstly.
Yeah, 1 sec. Sure. Stealth -5. Okay.
What?
Might work.
Yeah, that might. 11.
Yeah, it auto succeeds. So, it sees you, and it, it sort of approaches you, and it looks tense and it looks mean, and it seems to electrical zaps sort of flare around it. sort of its fur becomes covered in sparks.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So if I want to go towards the scream, do I have to pass through it?
No.
Okay, then I avoid it in the best way and start running with the run action.
Okay, how far can the run action get you?
Like 30 by 4, so 120.
Okay.
Also, I also want to do a handle animal check just to like
Good boy.
like put my hands in front of me and like I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just gonna go away, okay?
Good boy. Make the check.
And I'll give myself guidance as a no. I can't do that. So yeah. I'm an idiot. 1 sec.
I could make you keep that 1, but I won't do that.
Okay, it's a 10.
The situation does not really progress. You do not provoke, or no. What it's going to do is it's going to start following you, but it won't attack. And for the time being, we'll move on. The next one should be Torsiv. I accidentally deleted you from the initiative order.
That's okay. I'm just move towards the sound again.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
And okay. Landir.
I am out. I would like to move towards the last place I heard the sound, which was northish.
Yeah.
Northeastish.
You feel like this would be a better hex for you to enter.
Okay, sounds good.
Ernst.
Yep. Boop.
Kufoth.
Keep moving.
Okay. Make another handle animal check. It's
okay.
It will attack you if you completely fuck this up. It'll attack you.
Okay, so as a standard action, I give myself Touch of Glory, so I get the symbol. So 13 probably.
It
Not
looks
as
like,
fucked up.
yeah. It's growling at you a little harder, but it's still just following you.
Cool.
Okay.
That's another use of this.
Don't need that. Torsiv.
Another move, northwestish.
I'm gonna add you to the initiative order just because it's bugging me. Landir. Landir.
Moving again, which way do I think is...
Sorta northeast. So, your other east.
There's what? What is that sentence you just said?
Yeah, no, I fucked up. I went to the west.
Yep.
It's a joke. It's common in the U.S. at least.
Your other right or left when
okay.
mixes up right and left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Or
I've heard it before.
Your country doesn't have a mountain like that, does it?
Landir, you end up in a combat.
Okay.
This one, I'm not that worried about just dealing with. I think you can handle it. And I'm extremely glad, in retrospect, knowing now that it wound up being a swamp. Bottom right. Go ahead and fix up your token.
Yeah, I was gonna...
It's not dead.
Yeah. Knowing now that it wound up being a swamp, I am quite glad that I wound up statting this particular critter. You will face just one of them because you're all by your lonesome. You're traveling up, so let's move you here. go ahead and give me an initiative roll, but don't use the macro. We'll just remember it because you'll be alternating.
Okay. I look it up. Scared is 5. 10.
Okay. This critter should have a +3. So I want you guys to guess what this is.
What's that fucking Pokemon called that's not a Scizor, but the one before that?
Scyther.
You're thinking of Scyther, but no.
And
Okay.
I can't see anything anyway.
I've not put it down yet.
Oh, okay. Gen
Crane.
1, 2, or 3?
1.
I probably know all Gen 1, so go ahead and show it to me.
What type?
Just wait to look at it, dude.
I'm having fun. Fuck you.
Is it a bat?
It's a Zubat.
Zubat.
Well, I can't
We
see
aren't
it.
in a cave.
You are in a swamp. It is.
It's I've never encountered it in a swamp.
I don't think there's a swamp in Gen 1, 2, or 3. Actually, I don't think Pokemon has swamps.
Yeah.
There is a swamp in Gen 4 or 5, I feel like.
How dense is the forest in the swamp?
It's
Other than
quite.
sort of like
It's
the trees.
it's basically fucking dark down here.
Okay.
I'll put it this way: the overcover is dense enough that the vampire was just fine being out in the day.
Oh damn.
And there are tree bats. They don't have to be in caves.
Yeah. But I mean,
Well, yeah,
Zubat
but if it's-
specifically
if it's
gave
not-
that.
I understand
Yeah,
the concept. I don't never play Pokemon, but I understand like the idea behind that. I'm just,
Mhm.
For converting
Just
to
asking
Pokemon
if it-
for Pathfinder, it makes sense to open it up.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, definitely.
So
I was just
it's-
asking, you know.
It sees you, and it's aggressive. It's running. It's flying this way, and it's demanding a will save from you
Oh, my
as
favorite.
it lets off a supersonic screech.
Okay, I gotta go by my sheet. He's sorry, I gotta open up. I haven't done all the upgrading yet. It's level 7. Do I get a will save upgrade?
Go ahead and roll, and if it's and we'll continue to worry about that if it's borderline.
Gotcha. Okay.
The number I see there is sufficient.
Okay. That should be fine then.
Okay. Well, I was about to say you can do spellcraft, but no, you can't do any such thing.
I have no spellcrafts.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Is it ground level ish?
It's the square. It's within reach of you, but it's at the second square from the ground.
Okay, gotcha. 5, 10, 15, and single attack.
You hit. 22 damage.
Yep.
That happens. Its turn. It is going to... Let's see. Wild Pokemon behave randomly, so I'm gonna actually roll to see what it is gonna try to do. It has 2 basic tactics. So, it is going to move to you, provoking an attack of opportunity because it's tiny and therefore is entering your square.
Single attack.
That
Crit
wins.
threat.
That
for a crit.
confirms. Knock it out of the sky.
That was nothing.
Ernst.
Of course, I fulfilled the will save. I feel differently.
It would have confused you because Zubat.
That's pretty.
That's my movement.
And you're good where counters aren't concerned. Kufoth.
Move like this. Oh, do I roll perception?
No, if you can see him, you... Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. This, of course.
Because it is a dense tree.
Yeah, you see the fuck out of him.
Yay, Landir! I'm crying that you're alive, dude.
Like, why are you so upset? Just like one little bat attacker, that's it.
Landir,
I miss you so much.
we'll go ahead and deal with what Quist is doing.
Quist is moving again north west-ish. So yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Doing a perception to see if I can locate anyone.
All right. Yeah, you hear two people speaking, hereabouts.
Do I recognize the voices?
Vaguely, it seems to be your companions. You certainly can't tell what they're saying.
Yeah.
Nor do you pick out Landir's voice, because he hasn't spoken yet, so you wouldn't have it.
Okay, I will hold my silence for now.
Okay. Landir?
Move towards my friend
Okay.
and say, "Oh, I was worried about you the most. You're the least suited to be surviving on your own."
That's very not nice, but okay.
So I'm gonna, just in the name of looseness and throwing you guys a bone, I'm gonna have, or nah, we'll deal with that in a second. Ernst.
Bip.
Okay. Kufoth?
I would like to heal me and my friend.
Okay.
Also like to roll my HP dice.
Yeah. Go ahead and stand on the same square.
Oh, nice. So I have 6 HP.
About as that's happening, a second creature similar to the one from a moment ago. Or nah, I need to here, let me officially roll to see what the encounter should be. So D10, 2. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Where'd you end up? Did I delete you from this pad? Oh, nope, there you are. So, lower right. And, just from the D10 I rolled to see which of my many encounters. Behold, the bane of my existence. And this guy, this creature is still following you.
Is he hostile?
This creature, it's following you in a I'm a wild animal, get the fuck out of my territory way. You've so far handled animal in a way that's kept it from attacking you. Pokemon are especially befriendable as far as wild animals go, is my reasoning.
Okay, would you like an initiative?
I would. And because
my initiative is 20.
Because yours is the last turn, I feel comfortable clearing the turns, so it might be a different order next round. So, go ahead and just actually roll. You get to keep that one.
I get to keep what? The 20 or the 13?
I meant the 13 when I said it, but go ahead and keep the 20.
I put the 13 in.
Yeah, because I was jokingly being a dick to you. But yeah.
It's okay. You're not just jokingly, but I don't know.
So, see this creature. This creature now turns and looks up with hostility at this bat, and it does that thing again where it makes sparks fly throughout its fur.
You see me trying to avoid this creature? Like, we're not, it's been following me for a while, but let's not engage it. Let's just find our friends and get out.
Well, is it obviously threatening us, or is it just kind of like...
It's telling us to get out of its territory. All animals out there.
It hasn't triggered initiative yet, but it is. I would describe it as threatening.
Okay, here's what I will hold my turn until after, Quest. Oh no, sorry.
Kufoth.
Sorry, I was looking at the name. I'll hold my turn until after Kufoth, and to move along with him. If the guy doesn't engage us, then we won't engage him.
There's also a Zubat up here.
Same with them. We'll try to disengage. If they're not attacking us, we won't attack them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do as a standard action, give myself Touch of Glory, then a handle animal check on this one to, keep it from attacking me.
Okay.
So 16. I don't think I've rolled more than a 10.
It takes a 5-foot step and it's growling at you.
It's still my turn. Holy shit, dude.
Sorry.
Does it look like it's gonna...
You've not quite gotten that bad, but you've certainly not made any progress toward calming it down.
Okay, so I'm gonna start moving anyway. I was gonna move anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the delayed action now happens.
Yeah. I'll move along with him. I'm gonna move action, and I'll go after him from now on.
All right.
You prepare an action to attack if anything attacks you.
Kufoth is now behind Landir from the perspective of the Zubat, so it's going to do 1d2. And it has 2 tactics it can use. Kufoth, make a will, or not Kufoth, Landir, make a will save.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, it is quite low. You are now confused for 3 rounds.
Oh no. And the closest person is an ally. That's not good news.
He's confused.
Yeah, that always sucked.
This creature
Yeah.
is doing that. Wild animal. No, the thing is, it knows what a Zubat is. Let me see if it has a good ranged attack. Because it knows that Zubats are annoying and bite you. And it doesn't want that to happen to it. It's going to do the same thing it's been doing, where it takes that standard action to electrically charge itself, and then it's going to move thusly. No, it's going to move thusly. Because it wants to stay near you, but not near the Zubat. So we're going to go with something like here. Landir, you are confused.
I'm after him.
It's my turn first. Because he had a delayed action.
Okay. Humam?
If I move like normally, would I provoke from Landir?
Not yet.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I actually do it correctly? Yes. And then I'm gonna do a wind wall on the Zubat, like try to push it away.
Okay, I don't know that spell, so...
I'll just create a wind wall.
You say to try to push it away, so does that stop it from moving through, or does it get to save, or what goes on?
I think it's a reflex save for like flying creatures. 1 sec. An invisible vertical current of wind appears 2 feet thick. A reflex save allows the creature to maintain its grasp on an object, tiny, small flying creature. Is it a small creature?
It is a tiny flying creature.
That cannot pass through the barrier, lose material. No wind wall, horizontal. Okay, so you know, it cannot pass through the wall.
Okay.
And I would like to, yeah.
Can you make it? Does it go to the ceiling? Does it encase it in a cylinder? How is it looking?
I can make it in a cylinder. So it's up to 5 long and 5 feet per level high. So that's 35 feet high. Probably not good enough. Yeah. Let's just do. I can't do anything really. Shit. Yeah, I don't even have any of my stuff. So I guess I'm just gonna cast Obscuring Mist on myself. Right here. Centered around me.
Okay. Landir is confused.
Yep.
And cannot see me.
Can you do the wind wall thing and the obscuring mist in the same round?
I'm not doing the wind wall, I'm just doing the Obscuring Mist.
Okay.
You want to do
Cool.
the D4 or should I, puppy?
I am. You act normally.
Okay. So which one casts confusion on me? The bat?
The
Yes.
beard.
Okay. Well, move to the bat. $29 for 19.
Damn, so.
That happens. Its turn. It is going to 5-foot step into your square rather than provoke from you. And it is going to make a touch attack.
What's my touches? 14, so pretty low.
I feel like if you're gonna vampiric stuff out of it, I think that's like a needle or something. So it's like a normal attack. And I will argue on this. Because it's a, homebrew stuff.
Misses.
Alright. Growling.
It cannot see me, so
Oh, you just did the Obscuring Mist?
So it should probably go on Landir.
So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just outside the Obscuring Mist, so it's going to move away from there. And then it now sees this scene down here, so it's going to move to here and do its charge. Kufath.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should be out of the mist. Nope. 1 sec.
You are on the edge of the mist, I think. That's how that works.
What about here? I think I'm out of the mist, and I can. Yep.
So if the mist was here, then according to my calculations, it goes 30 feet, doesn't it?
It's 20-foot burst.
Oh, okay. So then you're out of it, yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna channel positive energy to heal my friend. Are you wounded, by the way?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down a bit.
Okay.
You shouldn't be if that's just from before.
Oh, right, because of resurrection stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Did you take damage from the?
No, I didn't take anything.
Oh, then I wouldn't do that then. I'm not gonna do anything then. I'm just gonna move. And yeah, that's it.
You act normally.
Well, I am rolling lucky, or you are at least. Or you're rolling unlucky, depending on your point of view. Flurry the bat.
Damn.
Don't crit.
That's a lot of green.
But it looks like all 3 attacks should likely hit the bat. And any iterative attacks that, if not all 3 are needed, then I go after the other guy. He's threatening me.
Okay.
No.
So
Shit.
So damn it. The first attack is needed. Attack 2 hits him. It's 17. Attack 3 hits him. It's 20. So he will respond with full attack.
I would imagine.
Bite, claw, claw.
22, 26, 21. My AC is 23, so just the 26 hit.
Okay.
Did you remove the +1 from my deflection?
I never include that in my stat.
Good job.
So that would not be.
Okay. So
And that thing is gone, by the way, because we were more than 40 feet apart.
Right.
and there's an extra point because of the charge, so 6 points of damage, a significant portion of which is electricity. And it also wants a will save from you.
God damn.
You are shaken.
-2 to everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that into account.
Kufoth.
Hold my turn.
Landir. He's
All right.
confused.
Yeah, right. Last round of confusion.
Yes. Hurt yourself. Landir hurt itself in its confusion.
That's 1d8 plus strength.
Yes.
So 1d8 plus. What? I was hoping for nearest target. That would have been funny. 13. That's a bit.
I'd like to take my action now.
Okay.
50, 40.
I'd like to channel energy.
Alright.
Heal for 18.
That should get me just about up. Yeah, one shy, but much better. Thank you.
Anytime, except Tuesday.
We don't play on Tuesdays. So.
Yeah, I know, that's why.
Alright, so it is going to full attack. Bite, claw, claw.
2 claws hit.
$15 points of damage, 6 of which is electricity.
Okay.
I am out of channels, by the way.
Okay, I have quite a bit of health, so I'm good for.
Landir snapped out of his confusion.
And flurry this thing to death.
Okay.
Well, looks like at least one hit. I'm not sure what its AC is.
So first one is 23 damage. That happens. Second one is 21 damage. That happens. Let me see if it's dead. It is not. Do you want to finish it off?
Do I have a Pokeball handy?
No.
Okay.
Could I do a knowledge to know what it is?
Nature.
Knowledge Pokemon.
Let me check if I have that.
Yeah, I would
do
not.
have that.
I would, if it was down, I would not finish it off. I would let it. So I'm just trying to keep us safe. I'm not trying to like slog it.
Yeah.
And he tried to handle animals several times, so we did our best to not kill this thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will be it. They'll probably be out of combat now.
Yeah. Go ahead and make that roll.
Which one?
To do what?
Oh, wait. Or knowledge nature. Do neither?
Oh,
I do not have it. I do not have it. Actually, let me see if I would put a point into it. It's not a class skill, so no. I haven't leveled up yet, by the way. Only like half leveled up.
Yeah, same here.
No feet, just the bab and. Yeah.
So, with that, there's an even number of moves each of you have made on the hex grid. and given the time, I say that we've done stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever gets us back to the party, into party mode, better is